Zoe coming on.
Welcome to another Friday night. Talk about whatever you want. We got TB in the house. We got Catch in the house. Zoe should be joining us later. Sarah should be joining us later. Um, so I would say the boxing has been good so far, but um, I can't tell because Netflix keeps freezing on me. The women's fight was good.
Yeah, that was okay. That was okay.
They're still talking about the women's fight. That's how far my stream is. Oh, but did you see the video of them interviewing Mike Tyson?
I did.
And they showed the what was the point?
I don't know. I don't know. But they sure did show that. I'm like, oh really? Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. So I asked Yogi if I could use his channel to get more people in here. They convert on mine. He said yes. So I'm going to go ahead and add his
Okay.
channel. There we go. Yep. Okay. So what'd you think of the fight so far? Did you like any of them?
You know what? You know, it's a fight. So I don't really care. I don't really care. Just a build up to the big fight.
If we could even watch it because of the streaming issues at Netflix. It's already been bad, but you know what's going to get even worse once the Tyson Paul
Well, it's
fights.
going to be big time worse. Yeah, it's going to be big time worse.
I mean, I don't know where else to go for it. Because I switched to my phone hotspot, and that seemed to work. And Netflix is trying to tell me it's my internet connection.
Oh, it's never their fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never their fault. That's just the way they. That's just the way they are. It's the way most of them are.
Yeah. Oh, come on. This is admitted. This is a disaster
It's Netflix.
for Netflix. I'm telling you. Oh man. You can't hype something up like this and then not. You can, if you prepared for it, finding extra bandwidth would not be an issue. But they didn't prepare for it, obviously.
Yeah. I'm just hoping Tyson knocks this dude out. I do not like this dude.
Well, he only fights old guys.
Well, he might fight an old guy that knocks his ass out.
Well, they say the last thing to go for a boxer is power. So if you have power, and Jake Paul ain't been hit by nobody like with a bunch of power as Tyson
No.
has. So
When was the last time Mike Tyson had a real fight?
a couple like 3 years ago, I think.
3 years ago? I mean,
think
he's 50. What is he, 58? I'm
he's
58. I think
58.
he's 58, yeah. So, oh. So it could be
So
a
yeah,
disaster.
Netflix is just completely shitting all over themselves right now. It's all
Oh, and I
over.
got to tell you something. One of my things I've been saying for next football season look like it's going to come true.
Well, this is
Gonna
what
hire-
I've been.
The
This
Cowboys
is
going to
what.
hire Deion Sanders.
Who's going to hire Deion Sanders?
The Cowboys.
I don't know.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to sign him. Well, and if you think about it, Jerry loves the spotlight. So if you sign Deion, you're going to get that spotlight again. The team may not be good, but they'll be.
I don't know because Deion Sanders likes to be the biggest ego in the room. If he becomes head coach of the Cowboys, he's not going to be the biggest ego in the room.
The only person that Jerry would probably bow down to as far as ego went is Dion. Maybe.
I'm talking about the players and stuff like that, though.
I don't think anybody would give. Well, somebody might give Dion a problem. I don't think Dion can coach an NFL team. I just don't. I don't think he's got that pedigree.
Well, it's about that time for the Tyson fight, and Netflix is completely down.
No, it's not. Are you serious?
Yep.
It's a lot of talking right now from what I'm seeing. This is going to take forever.
I think they're probably trying to get more.
No, Davey, I did not see that. Are they seriously got us signing? That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I think we've seen enough of Justin Fields to know he's not an NFL quarterback. So
I don't see it. I mean, why would they?
yeah, somebody will sign him next year, most likely. But he's not a starting quarterback. He's not an
Unless
NFL.
they sign him to be a backup.
That's all you can do with him. That's all you can do with him.
Maybe see if this fight's on something else besides. You said you had Voodoo. I don't have Voodoo, so.
Mine is a streaming service. I got it like 3-4 years ago. I had to jailbreak my. Yes, I had to jailbreak my Fire Stick to do it. So. And Davey, there might be an NFL team that will pay Darnold some of that. Not a full 4 years. He'll probably get 2 and half of that.
Well, if he does not improve his play, he ain't getting shit.
Well, he'll get paid. Some team will take that chance on him. It won't be us, but it'll be some team.
It keeps going back to I'm so far behind.
What are you back to the women's?
It keeps loading where it quit playing before.
Oh, okay. You're not missing anything because all they're doing is talking. So. Half an hour? Wow. Half an hour for them to talk about nothing.
You know how it always goes. They're probably trying to fix the situation too. They're probably like stretch.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're right, Bob. He won't get half of that if he keeps playing like he is. But if he ends up making the playoffs, say the Vikings win 11, 12 games, he probably will get most of what he's looking for. Some team will overpay for him.
But did the Vikings get to the 11, 12 wins in spite of Darnold?
Unless
despite him, I should say.
If the defense falls apart, which is always a possibility, I always think that. Here's the thing, though. I don't know if I put most of the blame on Darnold or put some of the blame on KOC. You know?
Well, I still thought he threw too much when it was clear that Darnold was struggling. So he needs to he should have ran the ball a little bit more, but especially on the worst was probably that 3rd and 1 play, where it took him out of field goal range.
If you can't run the ball on 3rd and 1, if you don't trust your offensive line to get you a yard, then honestly, that's on you because you keep parading the same guys out there on that offensive line. I mean, you keep telling us you see this in Ed Ingram, you see that in Ed Ingram, and it's improvement. I look at Ed Ingram and I see he's friggin' getting worse. And Bradbury was never that good. Bradbury was always pushed over. And now that you don't have Darrisaw,
Yeah.
I mean, but you can't keep parading the same five out there and expect them to play better. Ed Ingram, only place to go is up, but he's steadily regressing. So after a while, you're going to have to pull the plug and put somebody else in there to start for him. So, and that's on coaching.
I'm just trying to see.
And Davey, that bugs me too. That bugs me beyond belief. It takes them too long to get the plays in. Why does it take them so long to get the plays in? That's what I'd like to know. I used to think that was a Kirk thing. Now that's a KOC thing. I think there's still a lot of things that need to be done with this Viking offense.
Yeah, the defense isn't the issue right now.
No, not at all. You can't ask your defense to do anything more. Your offense has to catch up to your defense. They have to help each other. The defense has done its part. Now it's the offense that has to put points on the board. And I don't mean field goals. They need to put sevens when they have the chance.
So I'm so far behind right now, but I don't know. See how long it plays before it stops again. But I mean, there should be no issue with Tennessee. They should beat Tennessee pretty easily. Even if they don't play a good game, they should beat Tennessee fairly easy.
Tennessee should be a 2-touchdown win. At least
it should be.
Should be. If it's not, then offensively you're going to have to ask what's going on with KOC. He can't put points on the board. I mean, I'm not the biggest KOC fan anyway, but I mean, what's his name right now? You're seeing what Harbaugh's doing in LA with the Chargers, and you're just kind of like, yeah, you had him in the building. You had him in the building. So now I'm also hearing a rumor that Flores could be going to New York at the end of the season.
Which one?
I think both are in play. Both of them are in play. So I don't know if I had it. Okay, if you had a choice, would you go Giants or Jets?
I would go to the Giants because they're less of a dumpster fire.
I would go to the Giants because, the Jets already got a defense too. But I would go to the Giants because there's less of a headache, and depending on who their starting quarterback is going to be, and I think Rodgers is coming back for another year. So
yeah, Rodgers ain't going to go out with the way he's playing right now.
Right, he's going to come back for another year. So I would actually take the Giants job. And isn't Tyrod Taylor a backup in with the Giants?
Is he for the Giants? No, it's what's his name from Missouri. Locke.
Drew Lock
is the backup for the Giants.
Oh. Yeah, you're right, Davey. I call KOC soft. He wants to be everybody's friend. He does not have that killer instinct in him. He's too nice. too nice.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a player's coach, but just because you're a player's coach doesn't mean you can't.
Doesn't mean you're a good coach.
Right. It also doesn't mean you can't be aggressive either.
No. It's almost like he's scared to be aggressive if you think about it. It's like he's almost scared to piss off people. It's like you can win by more than 2 touchdowns, dude. I mean, I prefer you win by more than 2 touchdowns, and I prefer you blow out teams that you're supposed to and not keep it close.
Just trying to see if regular Netflix is working. But I just I don't know how well the Titans offense is going to do in this game.
Well, it sounds like they're going to have like 2 rookies playing on the offensive line, 2 backups.
Right. And Will Love.
No, Bob, the lawsuit's not over. It's still going, but the NFL is going to try and settle that. They don't want that black eye.
Are they still talking?
Yeah.
It plays literally for like 15 seconds and then stops. It's like 2001, man.
Are you serious?
Yes. With all the buffering and everything like that.
Oh my God.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, you're only at the part where they're interviewing Shaq and Gronkowski?
Yes.
Oh my God, you're way behind.
Because every time it rebuffs, it just goes back to the same spot.
Mm.
When I go to like, let me see. So if I go to, what about Rosie Perez? Are you impressed with how much she knows?
You know what? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad you. So you're watching it. You said on Fubo.
No, I'm watching. It's on the pay-per-view app.
Oh.
On my streaming service.
I'm not watching it on my computer, Bob. I'm watching it on my smart TV, and it's a Netflix issue, not a computer issue. Because I switched from my home Wi-Fi to my hotspot, and it was working perfectly fine for a while when I was doing my hotspot. But now that it's getting closer to the Tyson fight, it seems to be. Bronk looks so tiny next to Shaq.
Yeah, he does.
So they should win at Jacksonville. It should be pretty easy. Especially with Will Levis playing. I just wonder how many interceptions they're going to get.
I'm almost thinking Van Ginkel gets a pick 6.
You think they're going to do that? Well, you think they're going to do like to a short pass?
I think they will. But I think they're going to get, that pass that he's picked off 2 out of 3 times for touchdowns. I think he probably picks off another one and turns it into 6 points on Sunday. Somebody's going to get a pick 6 on Sunday. But now this is where, we've got to get, the Viking coaching staff has to be on the same page. They've got to come out there. They've got to have that killer instinct. They just got to.
Well, we know the first 15 plays at KOC are always good. The scripted plays are good.
Yeah, but you know what? There's a lot of football in between those 15 plays and the end of the game that he still has yet to navigate. So he's got to come out there. He's got to play. He's got to show that same instinct like he did the first 4 weeks, the first 4 games. He's got to do that. If you go now, here's the thing. If they go in there, even if they win but don't blow this team out, then we got to start asking questions. If they go in there and lose, forget it. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
I don't see them losing the next 2 games.
Remember, we said this before. We said this last year. Remember, about this time?
Well, I don't know if we said that fully last year, but Darnold is better, even though with the struggles he's had, he is still better than what we had last year.
Yeah. But you
But
still got the same play caller. That's the problem. You actually have a running game this year, too. Now, the fact that you do have a running game and he won't run the ball, that bothers me big time.
well, people were saying I saw an article today that they're running Aaron Jones too much.
That's because he's injury prone. And the only person they're running is Aaron Jones. If they would mix in Akers, if they would mix in Chandler. They didn't play Chandler for what, how many weeks? 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks.
And then all of a sudden they put him in the game. It's like they put him in there. He didn't want to put him in there, but he had to. I mean, at this time, beggars can't be choosers, and you didn't do anything in the front office to upgrade that position except Aaron Jones. So you got to use what you got, And the Chandler's got what, 4.5 speed? I mean, come on.
He's the fastest running back on the team.
Yeah. I mean, you can't coach this. You can't coach speed. If he gets in the open field, who's going to catch him? But you have to you have to have your offensive line open some holes. You have to. And that offensive line will be a problem.
So the Titans defense is pretty good.
They're good by the numbers. The numbers are good. I think the problem with the Titans is their offense.
Well, yeah, they have Will Levis.
Yeah. And they give up too many. I think the problem with the defense for the Titans is they give up too many big plays, big scoring plays. I guess they're ranked number 1 from what I'm hearing, which is weird. You're number 1, but you're like 2-7. I mean, that's unheard of.
Just tells you how bad our offense is.
Right. Well, and also now they got some injuries on the defensive side of the ball. Their cornerback, L'Jarius Sneed's not playing on Sunday. And I think they got another defensive guy that's not playing either. So here's a big thing. They're going to double JJ. They're going to double Justin. Sam's got to look for the other open receivers, even if it's, right now, Addison needs to get more involved in the offense. Definitely needs to get more involved.
Well, that's not even his fault, though. That's just Darnold not hitting him.
That's Darnold not hitting him. But, you've got to get – because I think Jordan is the one with predominantly single coverage.
Usually.
Yeah. So, and I think Jordan 101 could probably take these cornerbacks for the Titans. But we'll see what happens. If the Vikings win, if they don't win by more than 14 or more points, I'm not going to be happy about it. This should not be a close game at all. So
shouldn't be.
No, shouldn't be close at all. God, why does he look like a goofball?
Who's that?
Paul. He looks like a goofball. Yeah, we did, Aussie Skull. We said that last week, too. We said that last week, and what do? They damn near – they try to lose.
Well, that's what I said. That's why I said even if they play their worst game, I still think they beat the Titans. Because they played probably one of their worst games ever, and they still beat Jacksonville last week.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but with teams like Jacksonville and Tennessee, all you got to do is give them a little bit of hope, and they'll run with it. Um, they have nothing to lose, nothing to lose at all. Come on, can we get on with it? Jeez.
Let me see. I don't think anybody on YouTube can show it, right?
What do you mean?
The
The
fight.
fight? Oh, and get flagged? You're right, Aussie. It is a coaching issue. If they play their worst game every 2 weeks in a row, it is a coaching issue. And the problem is the problem is it wouldn't be so glaring if they didn't win. It was a coaching issue in 22, but the fact that they were winning the way they were and the fact that they did have double-digit wins, that was a pass for KLC. But last year it reared its head. And I got on KLC last year. I'm on them this year. They're 7-2. I mean, this is if you're having close wins with teams you should be blowing out, then that's on coaching. That is definitely on coaching.
So, well, the first fish, like we said, the scripted plays look really well. It's when he has to adjust is when there's issues.
Right.
So I don't know though. Like I said, Tennessee's not good. So I think, like I said, even if the Vikings play their worst game, I still think they win.
Didn't Detroit put like 51 points on them boys?
Well, like I said, we'll find out when the Jacksonville play on the road, so it's a little bit different. But as much as I dislike, Detroit, they don't do what the Vikings do. Like the Vikings always have these games where they shouldn't even be close. So it doesn't seem like the Lions do that much.
Well, the Lions had that game Sunday night and it was close and they won it. 5 interceptions.
Right. But that was against a good team, though.
Yeah, but that's the same team we blew out. It's and they didn't have any. And he really only person he could throw to. Who did he throw to? Did Collins play?
Not sure.
So
yeah, I guess the fight's getting ready to start.
No, Tyson just got in the ring.
And of course, Netflix is fucking shitting on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, what a fucking joke, man. What a fucking joke. What up, Davey?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, how's it going, Davey?
All right. Hey, Kurt, sorry to hear about your loss. My condolences to you and your family.
Thank you. That's why I had to take a couple of weeks off, so I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, my wife is still trying to adjust. It's not, going as well. But you able to watch the fight, Davey?
No, it's really you'll have to bear with me here. My voice has been getting worse since I had my neck surgery. No, we've been having like these rash of wildfires around here, and Wi-Fi's been terrible. BIOS has been terrible. So, and I'm not a big fight guy. I don't watch boxing anymore. I don't watch wrestling anymore.
Yeah, well, Netflix is not doing very well with the live streaming.
They need to hurry up with this fight. My ride's almost here.
You're rad.
You didn't hear the sirens?
Oh, okay. Nah.
I thought I heard a cat before.
That's probably me.
That's on Catch's end. He gets cats, I get sirens.
I get cats and dogs. He gets sirens.
Oh,
I got a cat here that's running around like a maniac right now.
Yeah. So I guess we'll find out Sunday how if they made anything with Sam Darnold. See, I get the dogs and the cats. If they do anything with Sam Darnold or not, you know.
well, here's the thing. If you bench Darnold, you go to Mullins. And you already know what Mullins can do, which ain't much better than Sam. So,
Because
Hey, was I hallucinating, or did I see that Ed Ingram got a good grade this past weekend?
from who? Pro Football Focus?
I think it was one of those. Yeah, one of those football focus groups. You know, supposedly he graded out really well, like the first time in a long time.
Oh God!
Yeah,
Oh my
wouldn't
God!
surprise me.
And he sucks for most of the season. Then they give him that one. They do that with Bradbury too. They had Bradbury rated as our best lineman last year. I'm just like, what game are you guys watching? Jeez. Like I said, I mean, there's no more excuses. You didn't even bother to improve the offensive line at all.
No. Only thing he did was sign Reisner.
Yeah, that's all you did, and that wasn't an upgrade.
yeah. This is really funny. Last night on One Bar in Lupicus, I forget who it was. I think it was One Bar asked, "Who would you get rid of?" And all you saw was all Bradbury. Like there was one Ed Ingram in there.
I think
But it was
Ingram
like,
was worse than Bradbury, though.
Yeah,
I would not have. Here's the thing. I wouldn't have re-signed Bradbury. They re-signed Bradbury for 3 more years after they let him go. He was a free agent. They were not going to pick up the 5th year of his contract, so he was basically a free agent. And then they re-signed him. I mean, come on.
I mean,
It's
the guy's
kinda
really
working.
too small.
What are they
He's
doing
too
right now
small.
on your
He's
screen?
getting forklifted by interior linemen.
Yeah, they are getting ready.
Did they introduce the fighters yet?
Oh yeah, they just had the meeting in the ring.
Oh, okay, so they're introducing Tyson right now. I'm sorry, but he looks pretty damn good for 58 years old.
It looks better than me at 58. Shit.
What were you saying, Davey? I'm sorry.
I mean, Bradbury's kind of small. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't get to see the Vikings all that much unless they're on national TV. So it's hard for me to make these educated judgments. But he always seems to be getting forklifted back into the quarterback's lap. Saw it a lot with Cousins. I saw it a couple of times this year. With Donald. I mean, they had the opportunity to get a center right this year.
They had an opportunity to get a center last year too.
Yeah.
They've had opportunities to get centers. Jesus Christ. Logan Paul's kind of running. He's running.
See, you're ahead of me. You're running for me, Tony.
Let's see if I can pick this fight up.
But I mean, they had a chance to improve that position, and they didn't improve center, and they didn't improve. I mean, Ed Ingram's cost you. I mean, he made some plays last year that were blunders.
Well, not only that, if you watch the All 22 from, was it the Rams game?
Mm-hmm.
Where Ingram stepped on Bradbury's foot. That's why Bradbury got dump trucked.
Yep.
So.
But Bradbury
Paul has no idea what he's getting involved with Tyson.
Bradbury just got annihilated against the Colts, though. He just did.
Wait, was it the Colts? No, it was the Colts game. That
Yeah,
one where
he
he
was-
got the one where he just got ran over. Ingram
Yeah, and it
stepped
cost
on his
us.
foot.
That cost us a touchdown.
Yeah. Netflix. Netflix is a joke. I'm at 15 seconds left to go in the first. Where you at?
You're ahead of me.
Oh. But it keeps pausing. It
So
literally
does mine.
plays 5 seconds and then stops.
So does mine. You jinxed me,
This
Catch.
is a joke, man.
Yeah, you
Absolute
jinxed me.
joke. But they're going to have money in free agency next year, so let's see if they fix the offensive line there in free agency.
That's the big if. They have to. You got this. You've got a quarterback coming in. That's your franchise. You got to keep him upright. You got to keep him healthy.
Oh, and by the way, people don't freak out about him having a second surgery on his knee. That happens a lot when you have a knee injury. So you go in when you do your physical therapy and stuff like that. Sometimes they just have to
They do
go in
another.
and clean it up a little bit. Get the
Yep.
swelling down and stuff like that. So
Yeah, they do another one. It's not. That's why I didn't freak out about it. I mean, so here's
there
the
were
deal.
people freaking out.
I got a couple of streams that are updated, but then the one stream that was close to the time froze up. It didn't freeze up on. It froze up with whoever's
Yeah.
doing it. Let's see. Because right now I'm just getting the introductions on other streams.
They should have talked to Amazon and be like, well, how do you put a live broadcast out without many people watching and not have any issues?
Yeah, that's probably the reason why it did that.
Or they should have teamed with somebody else to do this broadcast, so all the bandwidth is not on Netflix.
Yeah, I would have did it with ESPN. And I don't like ESPN, but Netflix now is getting into the sports game.
Well, I gotta tell you right now, they better not, because if this streaming, if what's going on tonight, it's going to happen every time they have a live broadcast, they're going to go out of business. It's literally 2001. It plays a little bit, and then you get the little buffer sign.
Yeah.
And then it plays again, then you get the little buffer sign, and then it plays again, you get the little buffering sign. It's like I said, it's 2001 all over again. It's ridiculous.
It's bad. It's bad. Now I'm not getting it at all. Which is weird.
Lucky, well, it was in between rounds. I don't think it is now. Fucking pathetic, man.
Well, you know what? I can't complain. I ain't paying for it.
Well, neither am I, but that's not the point. Well, because I'm paying for Netflix, so I guess I am. But
I'm not paying for any of it, so I'm not even complaining. It's just annoying, but I'm not paying for any of it.
What up, Sarah?
What's up, Sarah?
Who's winning?
The Tyson fight just started, but hardly anybody can watch it.
Why?
Because Netflix shit the bed when it came to their streaming. It's like 2001. It keeps buffering. Even when you pause it, and stop it, it still literally plays for half a second.
The script is still trying to get in.
Are you saying the fix is in, Sarah?
Yep.
Well, so like right now I can hear it, but the screen's frozen.
I'm just getting the replay of the first round.
So stupid.
They're
It is
still trying to
absolutely
work
a
out
train wreck.
the script fixes.
It's absolutely train wreck.
I would believe that if it was wrestling, but which here's the thing: Netflix has got WWE on their.
Well, that should go fine. There's not going to be 280 million people watching that.
No.
And if Mike Tyson wasn't fighting, it was Jake Paul versus somebody else, it wouldn't be the same issue.
I'm only watching this hoping to see Paul get knocked the hell out.
I want to see body parts getting bitten off.
But Tyson just caught him with a left hook.
He's
How
running.
old is Tyson? Like
58.
58.
That's all Jake Paul does, though, Sarah, is fight old guys.
Yeah.
He doesn't fight anybody his age because he knows he
No.
gets his ass kicked. He only fights old dudes.
Yeah,
And
but I
he
think Tyson's the wrong old dude to fight.
Because
Yeah, exactly.
there was a boxing expert who said you can lose your speed, you can lose your footwork, but the last thing to go is power. And Tyson was one of the most powerful boxers ever.
But you know what, though? It's probably the way Paul is running from him, the fatigue is going to get to him. He just had a heart condition, too.
If Tyson was smart, that he would not chase him. He would just stand there. Like, bitch, you come to me.
Then you know what? He'll be standing there by himself.
Well, he's already won the first round, so then Paul will lose.
Yeah, he'll be standing there by himself because Paul will not.
All that shit talking Jake Paul did. He's running around the ring like a little bitch.
Well, he is a little bitch. His ego got the most of him. Mike Tyson said, "Fucking bring it."
He stepped on Tyson's toes on purpose when Tyson bitch slapped him.
Oh yeah, he did that on purpose. He called Tyson he called Tyson a bitch too in one of his promos.
But Tyson almost got him with a right. That's the end of the second round. And of course,
See, Paul is up here fronting. He's showboating.
Isn't that what he does though?
Yeah,
that's why a lot of people don't like him.
He's not a serious fighter. He's a showboater. At least he could have been like his brother and gotten to wrestling because his brother Logan's doing the wrestling.
So what do we think? Is Sam fixable?
I think we got what we have with Sam is what we have.
Like we reached his ceiling.
What you see with Sam is what you're going to get. My question is KOC's coaching. If you know you've got this with Sam, put in an offense that doesn't expose those problems as much. So
1 second.
KOC needs to show that he can deal with a quarterback like that. Don't make him something he's not.
Well, I was watching I forgot what it was, and they said that Jacksonville changed up the way they play defense against us. They because Sam Darnold, his QBR or whatever was like 142 when he's blitzed, and so they didn't blitz him. The Jags didn't blitz him at all last week, except for one time, and so they just let him. They just backed off and let him throw the ball, and that's how he was getting into trouble. And so I hope they do some adjustments from that, because then other teams. I mean, like eventually there's going to be tape on him, and so now they need to make adjustments to teams making adjustments.
Well, this ought to tell you something too. If they didn't blitz him, that means he did have time to throw, and he didn't go through his progressions enough because they kept forcing the ball to. You keep forcing the ball to JJ in the red zone. That's who they're doubling. They're going to double JJ. So that means that Hawkinson came through, but Where was Addison?
Wide
Addison has
open.
single coverage. Yeah. I mean, Addison has single coverage. Come on. Yeah.
Go ahead, you guys hear my cat?
Yeah. What's
He wants to go out. The dogs are out back right now with my wife, and he sees them outside. He wants to go outside.
he's missing all the fun.
He can't go outside, so he's standing by the door and meowing.
Why is he
Oh,
in
that's what we
timeout?
put up with every night almost.
Why is he in timeout? How come he can't go outside?
It's not. Why can't he go outside?
Yeah.
It's not really him per se. It's people. The road that we live by. People haul ass up and down that road.
Oh yeah, and if they don't see the cat,
Yeah.
Oh.
For some reason, I'm having issues with Twitter or X broadcasting to it. It's never been like that before.
what is this? An 8-round fight? My God.
Yeah, 8-round fight. Yeah.
Jeez.
I don't know. But like I said, they're advertising a Christmas Day game. If they're, I mean, it is fucking pathetic, the streaming service that they're doing right now. It is absolutely.
Yeah, who's playing on Christmas?
Steelers and Ravens, they just showed.
Is that on Amazon or is what?
Oh, it's on shitty ass Netflix.
So Netflix is getting an NFL game?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, this should be a lesson to the NFL about going fully streaming.
NFL don't care. They're just thinking about the money. That's all they're doing.
They can't even watch a fucking fight. You know,
The NFL is only in it for the money. They could care less.
and I told people, I said, hey, this streaming service, what happens if your internet goes out? You're fucked. You know?
Here. Here she goes. Here we go.
It literally works for 5 seconds and then buffers.
Well, they're gonna have to do some tweaking.
There's no excuse. I'm sorry. There is no excuse for a company as big as Netflix to have these issues. Absolutely
guess-
none.
They didn't do a trial run.
No,
They didn't do a trial
did,
run, and you can always buy more servers. You know, but
It's so funny. Paul will throw a punch and then he'll run away. He won't even land the punch, but
well, that's what he
he's
doesn't
running
want to
away.
get in Tyson's kitchen. You get in Tyson's kitchen, that's when shit happens.
Yeah.
You know, the close punches, those uppercuts that he throws. You know, the dynamite punches.
He's waiting for Logan to get in there. He's waiting for Paul to get in there close, and then he's going to nail him.
All I'm seeing is a little circle with a red line going around.
Well, now I got an error in my playback here.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, another Friday night.
He's just frailing. Logan Paul is. He's just trying.
Yeah, Jake is just throwing. He's just throwing haymakers, literally.
Well, he's not used to fighting a trained boxer.
No.
You know, MMA guys are different. You know,
How old is he?
Jake Paul's like 39 or something like that.
Is he that old?
He has
like
a
that.
twin brother, right?
Well, he's got Logan as a wrestler in WWE. Logan looks younger, I think.
Oh, they're not twins.
No,
Oh, my bad.
I could be wrong, but so are they even scoring this? Is this a legit fight or what's the deal?
No, it's a legit fight because they said Tyson was going for like I reckon like something with wins or something like that. So
Is there
it
a
counts
purse awarded
counts
in
on the
this fight?
career. What was that, Davey?
Is there a purse awarded to the winner here?
Well, I'm sure they get.
Yeah,
sure
they got
Netflix
big
is
time money
paying
for
them.
this
I'm
fight.
sure Netflix is paying them.
Yeah, they got big time money. Don't know how much, but they got.
But it's not a title fight. But they did have title fights. The 2 fights before this were title fights, though.
Yeah.
The female fight and the lightweight fight. They're both title fights.
All I got to say about Sunday is if the Vikings don't win by 14 or more points, it's a failure. It's a loss to me.
Well, there's people picking the Vikings to win but taking the points.
What is the over-under?
I'm not sure, but I think the Vikings are favored, but not by much. But Tyson looks tired.
It was 6.5. Now it's down to 6.
Oh, now it's down to 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, I take the Vikings in the points.
I don't trust Sam Darnold.
I don't trust KOC.
Well, I don't know why. Because, I mean, the offense was moving the ball up and down. They had, over 400 yards of offense. And
only
they had the ball for 42 minutes.
Yeah, and only got you. They ran 82 plays.
Yeah, exactly. So what does that tell you? That we have a bum-ass quarterback.
You ran that many plays.
Yeah, but if your quarterback keeps throwing the ball to the other team when you get down to the red zone, you're not going to score.
Yeah, and he was ill-advised to not throw a couple of those. But who did he throw them to? Justin Jefferson. You keep throwing into double coverage, sometimes triple coverage.
Yeah, that's why I'm not blaming KOC as much as Sam. Because, I mean, the offense was moving.
But here's the thing.
And we were running the ball, too. We had, over 170, 80 yards of rushing.
Yeah,
so
and
it's
then
not like they didn't run the ball.
And then when they needed a yard, he didn't run the ball. He decided to go play action.
Well, I'm not saying he's perfect, but I mean, for the most part, the game was efficient. But like I said, I mean, if Sam keeps throwing the ball to the opponent when we get down to the red zone, it's like.
Well, here's my thing. Why are they forcing the ball to Jefferson?
Well, is it them or is it Sam? I think it's more to do with Sam because, like I said, Sam was not blitzed at all, and the more time he had, the more time he had, the more mistakes he made. So it was more of them just dropping in coverage and letting Sam be Sam and throw those mistakes. So,
or there is a defenses will do this too, where they'll make it look like he's got man coverage, and Sam doesn't realize that there's over the top coverage on Jefferson. So when he does throw the ball, there's a safety right there ready to come and either break up the pass or pick it off. So Sam doesn't read that either. But my whole thing is, why are you forcing it to Jefferson? Somebody else is open.
Addison was open all the time.
Yeah. Addison's so open, even Stevie Wonder can see him. It's just you can't. I mean, especially down the goal line, somebody else has got to be open. And he's throwing to Hawkinson. I'm glad Hawkinson's back, but Jesus Christ, he's going to get Hawkinson killed again. Hawkinson took some shots Sunday. He took some real shots.
Yeah, some guy sent them head over heels. That was pretty.
It's a lot of it is Darnold, but some of it is KOC. KOC is not going to get a pass. I think too many people are giving KOC a pass.
No, I think you guys are giving him way too much shit because we had over 400 yards of offense the last game and this game. We had 28 first downs. So we were moving the ball up and down.
But we've only in these two games we've only scored a grand total of 40 points.
I would question that 3rd and 1 call plays there. But that 3rd and 1,
like I said, there are a few calls here and there that is puzzling, but for the most part, the offense was efficient, though.
Yeah, I played Darnold more than I played KOC. But KOC, what I'm talking about is when KOC saw that Darnold was struggling, you still kept throwing. You like run the ball a little bit.
Yeah,
to
run the
settle
ball.
Down,
But we did run the ball. We had almost 200 yards of rushing.
They could have still ran the ball more. The run was there.
Well, I'm a run first guy.
Yeah, the
Never
run
run the
was
ball
there.
too
If your quarterback is not having the best game, run the damn ball. These defenses aren't built to stop the run anymore. And it's almost like, to me, he doesn't have faith in, and my screen froze up. He doesn't have faith in his offensive line to make the holes, to block for the run.
Seems he plays not to lose instead of to win.
Exactly. And if you're coaching not to lose, you're gonna lose.
But how's he coaching not to lose when Sam is throwing the ball? He's being aggressive. Sam's throwing the ball. He's just throwing the ball to the other team. So
No, it's his play calling. It's his play calling in the middle of the games and his play calling at the end when we needed that first down. All we had to do was a 3rd and 1. All you got to do is run the ball. You run the ball, get the first down. Guess what? They burn their timeouts. The game is over. But he didn't. He doesn't do that. He's going to run play action. And then Sam gets sacked. Remember, he did that last year against Green Bay, and that's how Kirk got hurt.
That's like I said, there's like a few plays that it's like puzzling, but for the most part, the offense was pretty efficient going up and down the field. So,
but bottom line, they can be as efficient as they want.
It was KOC.
The bottom line is, when you only put up 12 points, all that efficiency don't mean shit.
Yeah, but whose fault is that? I mean, if your quarterback is throwing the ball to the other team, is that KOC's fault that he's throwing interceptions?
Okay. Was it Sam's fault that they ran a reverse on a 1st and goal and lost 5 yards?
Tony, you're cherry picking like a few bad plays. For the most part, the biggest plays were the ones where Sam threw the ball to the other team when we were in the end zone.
And the other ones were when we were in the red zone. We only came up with 12 points, okay? 12 points. Yeah, you had 2 interceptions. Okay, who the hell calls a reverse on 1st and goal and you lose 5 yards? That's on the coach.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty horrible. That was pretty horrible.
That's on the coach.
I understand that, but
okay. So guess what? So what do you do? And then when your defense is already set, they're already pinning their ears back because they know you're going to throw. Because guess what? You've given them no reason to fear you running the ball. They know you're going to throw. They know it. And they know who you're going to throw to. Because the only ones you're looking at to throw to are number 18 and maybe number 87. After that, number 3 is nowhere to be found. The poor guy's standing in the corner of the end zone doing jumping jacks, and he still can't get the ball. Nobody else is getting the ball unless you're number 33. But then he got hurt, so then you got Akers, and Akers can actually catch the ball, and they won't throw to him. So, yeah, I'm cherry picking those 2 touchdowns. Okay, yeah, Sam should not have thrown those passes. There were 2 weeks in a row where Sam should not have thrown passes in the end zone. I will say that. But I don't care when you run a reverse at the 5, you're at 1st and goal on 1st and 10, you're going to run a reverse. Come on, that's play calling. Don't get cute. Just run the damn ball up the middle. Either you trust your offensive line or you don't. It's that simple. Don't get negative yardage. Get positive yardage, even if you get no yardage.
I definitely trust the left side. Well, Darrisaw was off the left side more than the right side.
I don't know. O'Neal's look pretty good, but unfortunately, he's got to cover for Ed Ingram.
Yeah.
And usually we used to be able to have the center be able to pull. We can't do that with Bradbury. He can't pull. It's just.
Didn't we have a couple of big plays that were called back because of Campbell?
Robinson got a flag for a hold, I think.
Yeah, Robinson, Cam Robinson, that's his name.
Robinson got a hold, and he had a lined up he lined up. What did they say?
He was on coverage.
Offsides. He had an
He's
offsides.
offside.
And that play was in the red zone, but they brought it back because he was not on the line of scrimmage. He's too far back.
So there were two big plays called back
Right.
because of Robinson.
And then Darnold threw the 2 interceptions, which
Mm.
obviously that second one he threw, there were 2 players on Jefferson when he threw the ball. I'm like, what the hell are
I
you
don't know.
doing?
People were saying that second interception, the ball hit the ground.
I thought the first one did when it was in the end zone. I thought that one hit the ground. The second one was the one where I forget who it was. He caught it like at the sideline and caught it in the end zone and went the other way with it. But the one it looked trapped. It looked like it was trapped. That was the first INT.
That was
There
the
were
one
several-
where it should have been a PI call because that guy was all over Jefferson, right?
They
Yeah.
were all over Jefferson the whole game.
You're all over Jefferson the whole game, but he's not getting those calls. Yeah, he's not getting those calls.
Yeah, there were a couple of games. I think the Green Bay game was the first one where Donald threw a pick that was actually out of bounds.
Yeah, that to the
And-
guy that had like an interception for 4 straight games, 5 straight games. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was bobbling out of bounds. They called it an interception, and I think the play you guys were talking about, the one that hit the ground, I think that was like that's the third interception that Donald has thrown. That was interception that was questionable. That really was an incomplete pass.
And let's face it, I mean, Darnold can't get a break even if 2 weeks in a row he gets hit in the head. And then they said his hand is messed up too. That could be another problem. But
But he hurt his hand on the interception, though.
Okay. If you move on from Sam now, that brings in Nick Mullins. I mean, our choices ain't that good. I mean,
Or
our
Brett
choices,
Rippon.
they ain't that good at all.
Yeah. Hey, let me run something by you guys. Now, this is a real hot button issue with me, and I don't know if you guys have probably noticed this. Have you noticed that whenever we get a turnover, we either walk away with either 3 points or nothing, and other teams, when we turn the ball over, boom, they go down the field and score a touchdown.
Or give the ball back like we did against the Colts.
Oh yeah. I don't know. That really pisses me off. I see we get these turnovers, and it's either 3 and out, or we drive down, but we don't drive deep enough, and we have to settle for like a 40, 50-yard field goal. That just pisses me off to no end. That we just can't, make it into the end zone.
Whatever happened to taking a shot when you get a turnover?
That's what Davey brought up earlier. He's coaching not to lose.
By the way, this is more of a dance
but
than
I
a
mean,
fight.
have you seen the quarterback throwing the ball? He throws, like I said, I mean, I don't understand you guys because you're mad that, he's coaching not to lose, but then when he's aggressive and he throws the ball and Sam keeps throwing interceptions, then you guys say, it's him. Like, I don't know. I don't understand what you want because
when I get on KOC, I get on KOC for his play calling. When it is Sam, I call out Sam. I don't give one more blame than the other. I give Sam equal blame, especially because he's throwing the ball. But then I've got problems, and a lot of people do have problems with KOC's play calling. There are still problems with it. Especially when you start off the season the way you did with your play calling. You look like you're over that, whatever phobia you had of play calling, you're over it. But since probably that Detroit game, you're right back to that play calling. And that play calling in that Detroit game probably cost you the Detroit game because you didn't, once again, run the ball when you should have. That's the only time. That's the only thing I get on. I get on KOC for his play calling, and he's not the most getting somebody's ass coach. He wants to be everybody's friend, which can only go so far.
That's not what Flores says.
But with Darnold, I mean, Darnold is Darnold. I mean, there's a reason he's been on how many teams? 4 different teams.
This is fourth team.
Yeah, so there's a reason he's been on 4 different teams. That is I don't. Darnold is like this savior and shit. Darnold got caught lightning in a bottle probably his first 4 weeks. Nobody had film on him, and he's in a different offense, so he looks unbeatable and everything worked. Now he's come back down to earth. He looks more like Sam Darnold. Sam himself has got to get back to what he had earlier, but also as a head coach, when you see your quarterback, your starting quarterback is struggling the way that Sam is on certain plays in certain situations, and you as a head coach have to make sure not to put him in that situation. You have to put together a game plan to keep him out of those situations.
You have to protect your quarterback.
You got to protect your quarterback. And how do you protect your quarterback? You run the ball. Now, with Aaron Jones hurt, you've got to give Akers more carries, and you have to give Chandler more carries. Here's my problem with the Vikings. That offensive line you've been trotting out there for the last 2 years, damn near 3 years, you knew it sucked, and you did nothing to improve it.
The offense also needs to have – I don't know if you noticed KOC's offense compared to other teams. I just think it might be the style of his offense. I'm not sure. But when your quarterback is struggling, the best thing to do is either A, run the ball, or B, throw quick, short passes. The Vikings don't throw very many quick, short passes. Like a lot of the passes that Van Ginkel intercepts, the Vikings don't do a lot of those. So when your quarterback is struggling, that's one of the best things you can do.
Honestly, with Van Ginkel picking off those type of passes, I'm kind of glad we don't. Because it
doesn't necessarily have to be those type of passes,
right?
Well, like a 3 or 4 yard out or something like that. It doesn't seem like they call a lot of those.
Well, and you know what? They got away from. They don't call play action hardly anymore, since they don't have Kirk, or excuse me, the Albatross. I don't say his name, but they don't do that anymore. And you got Oliver now. Oliver looks like he would be a great offensive weapon on the short passing game, and they're just not. I don't know what it is. It could be Darnold. It could be.
Well, because he's always been a gunslinger and trusting his arm too much. That's how he got into a lot of trouble. And what was he known for when he was in college? A turnover machine.
Yeah, he was a turnover machine.
Yeah, that's why Trojan fans didn't like him, because he turned the ball over a lot.
Yeah, he turned the ball over a lot. Yeah, he did. He was known as that. That's why, as a coach, you've got to put together a game plan that you have to keep your quarterback out of those situations. And KLC, like I said, first part of the year, he looked like he got over that hump as a play caller. But I think probably the second half of the Jets game, he went right back to it. The Lions game especially. They just weren't ready for the Rams game, which 4 days rest. And then you got to travel.
Well, and then I think Puka playing also, they weren't expecting that.
They weren't expecting him to play.
Yeah.
So it's
the Rams game, I give them a little bit more pass because they had just played a really physical game with the Lions. And
they should beat the Lions.
Huh?
They should beat the Lions.
Well, but they didn't, and so they played a really physical game against them, and then they only had 3 days to travel across the country.
Yeah.
So.
But when you think back to the Lions game, why didn't they beat the Lions? Bottom line, KOC didn't run the ball, especially at the end of the game.
In that last drive, that Flores let them just drive down the field too. So
and Flores let them drive down the field, but put it this way, KOC gets a first down
instead of that 3 and out.
Instead of that 3 and out,
yeah,
it's over. And that's on That is on KLC.
Yeah, because the time, like the mistakes that KOC is making is kind of like his play call management, I guess, has gotten better, but he's still making like first year head coaches. I don't like that game when you see your quarterback is struggling and you see that you can run the ball, just keep running it.
Yeah.
You know, just run it until they stop it. Stop trying to be too cute by on 3rd and 1, play action, stuff like that. Stop being cute. That's the only issue I have. I think KOC's been better this year. But that's the only issue.
He was better. I gave him. I said he's turned over a new leaf the first 4 games, but he's kind of got back to what he's been.
By the way, if Paul fought anybody his age, he'd get fucking his ass kicked.
Oh God, yeah.
If he fought a boxer that's his own age, he'd get his ass kicked by far.
Well, thank God I didn't pay for this fight.
Hey, they both got paid.
Yeah.
So
I should get paid for watching it.
no shit. If we did pay, they would have to pay. They'd have to give our money back with all the streaming issues they had.
There should be one of those like commercials. If you were watching the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight and feel you should be compensated, you have a right.
There might be a compensation package for you. It's like $5.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's free money. I don't care. Oh God, guess what I heard? There's a possibility that Sunday, Kirk Cousins ain't gonna play.
Why?
They say he's got multiple injuries.
It's because he threw short of the sticks on 4th down.
So would that be the end?
What do you do?
Would that be the end?
That check down cost him a starting job.
Good one, Sarah.
Oh my God. Yeah, Penix has been practicing with the first unit.
So are they playing the Doors? This is the end. My Man, Mike Tyson is 58, but I wish it was still a little bit of a better fight.
Mike Tyson at 30 was
better than Rodgers, though. I'll give him that.
Mike, he looked good for a 58-year-old, but
I was watching this clip today, and they had this one guy. I mean, this guy was like chiseled like Hercules. He was a boxer. I don't know if you guys have seen it. He was sparring with some guy, some fairly built white guy, and the guy was just like punching him so hard, like you see his arms almost get pulled out of the socket. I'm sure you guys must have seen it. There was a clip on, I think, either YouTube or Instagram. I mean, this guy was big. He was chiseled, and this guy was just like punching this guy, and this guy couldn't take it anymore. He had to stop.
Is he a pro fighter?
I don't know. At first, I thought it was that guy Kimbo, but it wasn't him. I mean, this guy was. I mean, he was chiseled, and he was sparring with this one guy, and you could see the sparring partner. He was getting worn out by this guy punching.
I might have seen it. I might have. I don't know.
Bro, just because you're chiseled and look like you can fight doesn't mean you can.
Man, I wish I knew that Kirk wasn't gonna play. I submitted my picks in already. I picked Broncos to win.
Well, Broncos could still possibly win. It's in Mile High. So
what injury does he have?
It's probably his Achilles and shoulder.
Allergic to 4th down.
Check down itis.
Because I'm just wondering, like, will he play against Minnesota?
He should be held. You know what?
Here's the noisemaker, people.
It wouldn't shock me if he did not play against Minnesota.
Oh, what a cutie pie! Hmm.
She's got an attitude tonight.
He always has an attitude. What you talking about? Ain't that right, Elvis?
Elvis?
Yeah, because he's the king of the house. We all bow to Elvis.
Do cats respond to their names?
Elvis, come here.
No, cats have their own attitude. They're like
cat. Okay, dogs have masters. Cats have slaves.
Oh,
That's the old saying. That's the
a
old
cat will
saying.
come to you when they want attention and affection, and then when you give it to them, you don't even have to give them a lot. They just need enough to be like, okay, I'm done with you, and then they walk away.
I'm done with you, human.
Yep. Where a dog is like right there at your whim. He won't leave your side unless you push him away, and even then he comes back.
Yeah. See,
cats are the complete opposite.
Cat did not want to be held, but he's sitting next to me, and I'm petting him right now.
oh,
Both
trust
dogs.
me, I know. I've ever since having a dog, I've never had to poop alone for years.
So just making sure you're okay. They're just, making sure that
I don't. Yeah, I've never had to poop for by myself for what, over 10 years now.
Yeah, I had two dogs for years, and then when they passed away, it was I want to get another, but I don't know. They become a part of your life, and then when you lose them, it's real. It hurts.
Oh, trust me, I know. Oh.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah, but I can't see my life without one.
Yeah, it's
Those puppy eyes just staring at you.
they've wanted me to get a service animal for the longest time. So, I'm sorry to hear that, Lefty. It sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, but the time you have them,
Mm-hmm.
you can't replace that.
Yep, like never having to poop again.
At least not alone.
My dog always and like my other dog that I used to have before this one, yeah, when it was just me and him, and I would come home drunk and have to puke and hug the toilet. He
Did
always
the dog hold your hair for you?
Yeah, did the dog hold your hair?
he always made sure I didn't choke in my puke and die in toilet bowl.
Or did he give you that look like, yeah, I bet you won't do that again?
So
I thought that's Cash to give you that judgmental view.
Yeah.
Did you hold your forehead? Put his paw on your forehead while you were puking?
Yeah, he was such a good dog. He always worried about me when I came home drunk.
The dog.
So you don't drink anymore, do you, Sarah?
Nope. I
Learned
haven't drank since COVID.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I did enough.
I didn't have a drinking problem or anything.
I was pretty bad when I was younger. So
Sarah never had a drinking problem. The drinks had a problem with her.
No,
What was your
I
preferred beverage?
I was always a casual drinker. Like I would drink when I go out, but like even if I have alcohol in the house, like I mean, I had a bottle of Grey Goose for like over 4 years.
Grey Goose?
Yeah, I just like I mean it's there for like when I like every now and then when I need to take a shot, and then I don't even know what happened to it because I still had some left over. I still had like like a fourth of the bottle left, but we have a roommate that moved in, so I think
I like Moscow.
Those your
Mules.
Grey Goose.
I like Moscow Mules, but my go-to is either Pepsi Zero or Coke Zero and Captain Morgan, but not the not the regular Captain Morgan, the traditional one with it made with the vanilla extract. Because there's two different Captain Morgans. There's you got the regular one, and then you got the original one. So my wife and I prefer the original one.
I
I
can't
mean-
Captain Morgan. It gives me like really bad migraines.
Oh yeah,
Brandy did that for me. I remember back in the day we used to drink Bacardi 5150. Oh my god.
my dad. Yeah, the first drink I ever had was because I didn't know what to do. My dad's like, you get a 7 and 7. I thought that was pretty good.
Oh, I love 7 and 7s.
Mm.
Those
Yeah.
are Long
Yeah.
Island iced tea.
I don't miss my college days. Ooh, when you had to drink cheap liquor. Oh god, that shit was nasty.
The worst drunk I ever got was peppermint schnapps. Oh my god.
There's this drink I can't remember what it's called, but I used to call it Christmas. It was peppermint schnapps.
Oh, we were drinking that shit all night. Oh my god.
What was it called? But it was like 100 proof. Oh my god, that shit was strong.
Someone
My wife
else.
got some when we were up in West Virginia. My wife got moonshine. It was like a peach moonshine, and that was okay. She finished that one pretty good. But then my cousin got her one. The flavor of the moonshine was called char, so it kind of looked like a thing. It kind of looks like like iced tea.
Mhm.
It's 110 proof.
Oh Jesus.
It's like turpentine.
And we willingly put that
But
crap
it's
in our
real
bodies.
moonshine. It was made from like an old fashioned moonshine still and everything.
And we willingly put that crap in our bodies. What the hell's wrong with us? God.
Yeah.
When I was in the Army, that's the only thing we did was we drank. Every night we drank.
Oh man.
I know, just the thought. Oof.
Yeah, I just now started drinking, probably a couple of years ago. But I don't drink, like we went out to eat. I had one rum and Coke, and that was it.
Yeah, I don't drink at all. I should be a full-fledged alcoholic being a Viking fan, but
Well, we should be.
yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm not much of a drinker anymore, so like I still have I have like bottles of wines that are like 10, 15 years old.
Well, here's the funny part. Now that I don't
Backfire bomb.
drink here in Minnesota, the liquor stores are open on Sundays.
Cause isn't wine like
Or
the
Jaeger bomb,
longer,
sorry.
the older it is, the better it's supposed to be, right?
Wine, yeah.
Yes, as long as it doesn't react with the cork.
But I'll tell you something, that's not true because I know damn well you can let Mad Dog sit for years and that shit will still suck. God. You might as well just pour Mad Dog down the drain. Jeez.
Yeah, I have nightmares about that too.
Oh my God, Trish. Yeah. 151 Bacardi.
Oh, yeah, I remember. That's why I learned never host parties. Just go to parties. Because one time, when I was up at UMD, I had a house, and so we had a house party, and some freshman kid was like, "This shit tastes like candy," and like a few hours later, all that candy was on my floor. Ugh.
You lived up in Duluth for a minute?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I lived up there for like 2 years.
God, there ain't nothing to do up there but drink.
I know, that's why I said I went to You Must Drink.
God. There's two places in Minnesota to drink where all they do is drink. Duluth, St. Cloud.
Except like I don't know how far St. Cloud is from the border, but then back then we could liquor stores closed early, so being in Duluth it was really convenient because we were like
Go
right
across the
next to
bridge.
Superior. Yeah.
Go across the bridge.
Yep.
Well, hell, because when we lived in St. Paul, on Sundays we used to make the morning drive on 36 over to the hilltop in Wisconsin,
yeah.
just across the bridge. But yeah, St. Cloud is like kind of in the middle of the Twin Cities. It's right on 94. So
Yeah, because it's nowhere near the border.
it's in the middle.
Oh, crap.
It's in the middle, but the college, St. Cloud State, they did nothing up there but party.
So I got a question for you guys. If let's say you go to a restaurant and you have your kids with you, but your kids are under 21. Let's say they're 17, 18, and around there. Are they allowed to drink alcohol if they're at the table with you?
I don't think so.
I think some places do.
Because
I
in
don't think
Texas, like if we go to a barbecue place and we bring let's say I bring my nephew's like 18, he can drink as long as he stays at the table with us.
I think here, because of the liability thing, they don't do it at all. I could be wrong. But I don't think they do in Minnesota.
But you can also get a margarita through the drive-thru here.
You get a margarita in a drive-thru?
Yeah.
Then I would think you can do it there.
They hand you like the margarita,
Yeah,
and then they hand you the tequila in a separate bottle.
and they know damn well somebody is going to pour that in the cup on the road.
Well, basically what happened during COVID was if DUIs don't go up, we'll continue after the DUI. Well, DUIs actually went down. So does that mean they went down because people stopped going out, or people really wanted to get their margaritas to a drive-thru?
No, it went down because people stopped going out.
So, but I don't think DUIs have gone up since we've returned to normal. So
I don't think they have here either. I could be wrong, but I don't, because a lot of the places that used to be open all the time are now closed at a regular time or gone permanently since COVID. So
yeah,
but yeah, whatever makes them money, I guess.
Well, we didn't have as many like you hear about all these companies closing during COVID, all these small businesses closing during COVID. We really didn't have that here in Texas because we never fully closed.
We had it here, but we didn't. I don't know. Did we, Sarah?
What?
During COVID, do we have a lot of stuff closed down, or was stuff still kind of open as normal?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I don't remember because basically I sat at home and got everything delivered.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go out for much.
But like some of these places where they were fully locked down, but only like the quote unquote big box stores were allowed to be open. Texas didn't go that way because Texas, and I always like, well, why only are the big stores allowed open? Why can't a mom and pop place be open as well? Why is it only going to be big box stores like Home Depot and stuff like that are open? Why can't a mom and pop?
Because they were the ones that got the what you call it,
electronic store be open.
Yeah.
Are you saying that a mom and pop store can't keep the maintain 6 feet beyond? People let only a certain amount of people in at one time and stuff like that.
Well, what was that rule that they had that they were a mandatory business or something? What was it called during COVID, where they had to stay open?
Essential.
They were an essential business.
Yeah.
They were an essential business. Which funny thing about that was WWE got that. And they stayed running as an essential business. And I was kind of like, how the hell? You ain't essential. You're just a damn wrestling.
No, they were essential to people's sanity.
The NFL got it.
All professional sports were able to maintain, which was good because sorry, our dog and cat are playing with each other and they're knocking stuff down.
So they're tearing up the house.
Oh man, I gotta constantly clean every day. Oh, it's ridiculous. I love her to death, but man, does she get into shit?
I watched a lot of murder porn.
Excuse me?
True crime. My friend calls it murder porn.
Oh my
So
god.
basically, what Sarah is saying is, don't fuck with her because she knows how to kill you and get rid of the evidence.
Get away with it.
First rule of thumb: never bring your cell phone with you.
So basically, Sarah's the type that would whack somebody and know where the body's buried.
And
Well,
never
I was
take-
home the whole time. Check my cell phone record.
Oh, and Trisha agrees with her.
That's what I learned at Murder 101. Never bring your cell phone with you.
So does that mean that if Tony goes missing, if Kirk Cousins costs the Falcons a game, then we know what happened with Tony.
We'll just know that it would
His
be
last words was, "I told you, bitch." Written on his headstones. His last words were, "I told you."
Oh
I
man.
like that. What was it this time? Like 4th and 3 that he threw short?
It was like 4th and 3.
So he threw it 1
And he
yard.
threw it short. He couldn't even eat 3. I mean, ours was 4th and 8. That's understandable. His was 4th and 3. Yeah, okay, honey. Yeah, you already kicked my ass.
Was it more like, "Oh, don't stop. No, stop, no."
Oh my god.
We just said give it time. Everybody
Yeah.
was
Where's all those
raving about
Falcon fans now talking? They were talking all that stuff early in the season.
it. Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
think
guys,
they
you
for
guys
what
made
I'm
a mistake
hearing-
by getting rid of Cousins. We're like, no, we didn't.
Well, there's a from what Trisha told me, there's a legion of Falcon fans that aren't Cousins fans. And
there's a Kirk infiltrated down there.
yeah, then there are some that just the only ones that are fully still on the Kirk bandwagon are up here in Minnesota for some reason. I got a friend of mine. I swear to I played football with him. I swear to God, he's got CTE because he loves fucking Kirk Cousins. Like, dude, I'm really starting to wonder.
Well, and it's funny because like they put Darnold and Kirk's stats side by side. It's nearly identical, except
Yeah.
Darnold costs 4 times less.
Well, plus Darnold has more picks.
Just 2 more than Kirk, though.
He's only got 2 more than Kirk. Yep. And now we'll see if Kirk actually plays on Sunday.
So the Vikings, 4 weeks before the Vikings play the Falcons?
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder if Cousins plays.
I wonder if they move that game, if they flex that game.
I think it depends on the records of the teams.
If they're winning, I think it's flexed.
Atlanta's 6-4, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna win. I don't know if they beat the Broncos, man.
Well, here's the
That Broncos defense is pretty filthy.
Here's the thing, though. If they flex that game, the problem is the following Monday night, we're both playing on Monday night. We got the Bears and they got the Raiders. It's a Monday night doubleheader. So they may not flex our game.
Well, that would be sweet if they did. If they did. Oh, it's a Thursday night or Sunday night.
It'll
If they
probably
flex it,
would have
if
to be
they flex
Sunday
it to
night.
Thursday, that'd be awesome because that'd be like 8 days off, like almost like 9 days off.
Yeah, NFL don't flex Thursday though. That's what sucks. They don't flex Thursday. They just started flexing Monday night. So ours would either be a Sunday night game. I don't know who plays Sunday night that week. or it would be a Monday night game. If the Chiefs played Jake Paul, who the refs going for? Chiefs. Chiefs. So,
Well, we saw how the officiating goes with the Chiefs because we all know Packers get the benefits of the call, but not when they play the Chiefs.
well, this week now, the ref crew that's been giving the Chiefs all the
I'll be
calls
back in one
got
second,
them this
guys.
week. And I forget the ref's name, but the Chiefs are like 15-0 when he's the referee.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, what a coincidence. They still haven't called false start on that right tackle at all. My God.
There's
So
not it. That's the Chiefs are 15-0. Nothing
Yeah.
to see here.
yeah, it's almost like when you're playing the Chiefs, you are playing two teams.
That's why I
Really
said
are.
they're gonna flag their way to a three-peat.
Well, here's the funny part now. Is it true Harrison Butker is on IR?
Yeah,
So they need to get a kicker.
they went and stole the Jets kicker because the Jets dumbass didn't put him on the roster.
Oh my God, that's such a Jets move.
They left him on the practice squad. He kicked good, and then they didn't move him to the roster. They just put him back in the practice squad, and then they were going to just elevate him. On
So the Jets are stuck with Zerline for the rest of the year.
he's on IR too.
Oh, he's on IR?
Yeah, that's right. They went and got a new kicker, and then Kansas, and so their dumbass didn't put that on their roster. They kept
Guys,
moving
stop.
from the practice squad to Sunday, to game day.
Yeah.
And so then the Chiefs kicker went down, and they went and grabbed him.
Yeah, see, that's what happens when you put somebody on practice squad. Anybody can grab them.
And then I don't know. Aaron Rodgers says he wants to come back next year.
Huh? Those are only like 1 milligram.
Oh my God.
And given that Woody's about to leave for the next 2 years,
Yeah, Woody is gone.
Aaron's gonna be running the Jets.
I think Aaron will be running the Jets, but it's supposed to be Woody's brother.
Yeah, but it's also known as Aaron that's gonna be running the Jets.
Yeah, it's going to be Aaron Rodgers running the Jets.
4 years. Have fun, Jets.
I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that job. I would not want that job.
Yeah, I think Joe Douglas is out. He's like nowhere to be seen.
Oh, he knows he's done. He knows it.
Yep.
And what's his name now? Get this. I'm also hearing John Gruden's trying to get back in the NFL.
I think he'll get in before Flores.
Well, Flores is already active. And right now, both New York teams are looking at Flores.
No, they aren't.
The Giants are for sure.
He's suing the Giants.
No, he's suing the Dolphins.
No, he's suing the Giants too. The Giants is part of his lawsuit.
For Flores?
Yeah.
Well, how did the Giants get into it?
Because remember, it was all Bill Belichick. Because Bill Belichick texted Flores saying congratulations. And he meant to text Dable. And so...
Oh, Dable sent it to...
No, Belichick sent it to Flores by mistake. He meant to send it to Dable. And so Dable already got the job, but they still have Flores go in to interview to meet their Rooney.
To meet the Rooney Rule. Yep. That's what the Vikings did with Brad Childress. They only interviewed Ted Cottrell to meet with the Rooney Rule. That's the only reason. They had no intention of hiring him because they already,
But they didn't coach text someone else saying congratulations.
Oh yeah, but Belichick's a goofball anyway. God, it's like this modern technology throws him off.
Yeah, so he has a lawsuit against the Giants.
So the Giants are also part of that lawsuit?
Yep.
Well, something tells me what's the name's going to end up getting another job. Gruden, Kingsbury, or maybe Josh McDaniel.
I bet you, Daniel.
If McDaniel gets another,
Daniel.
if McDaniel gets another job before Flores, you'll know there's something. The NFL's rotten to the core. Who wants that Bears job? Nobody wants that Bears job.
McDaniel would.
Well, he can have it. Yeah, because he figures he's got Caleb Williams. He could possibly change him, but he'd probably make Caleb worse. He would probably make him worse.
It'd be funny for him to come to Chicago and blow it up even more.
Well, what's his name might be out of a job in Chicago too, Ryan Poles.
Yeah, have you seen that offensive line? Holy crap.
What? Oh yeah. Their bookends are both out.
He went and got a bunch of O-line that played like him. That's why they are the way they got.
Can you read that?
Yeah, they were bad.
The Patriots defense sucked. They got 9
May
sacks.
30th, 2024.
Yeah, the Patriots got nine sacks.
Yeah, I'm like, what's the record?
9 sacks, and I don't know who the hell is on their defense to even get 2 sacks.
Exactly.
Yeah, they got 9 sacks.
This one's probably done because it's been opened.
But yeah, we got the Bears next week. So
I mean, what's going on with the Bears is like, I'm not shocked at all. Not me. Who would have thought that a rookie coming into the league is not going to save your franchise?
yeah, you already had warning signs that he was going to be kind of a head case.
Well, Sarah, he was supposed to win the division. Remember, you and I got a bunch of shit for saying that he was not going to be very good.
I mean, it's coming into the best situation that a rookie quarterback has ever gone into.
Yeah, actually, the best one was JJ till he got hurt.
No, it was the Bears. Everybody told us that it was the best situation a rookie quarterback has.
Best rookie ever.
And the people that told you that should have taken a friggin' blood alcohol test.
I refuted it, and they called me stupid.
Yep.
And now they're the ones that look stupid. Well, here's the thing, too. Eberflus should not have had the job. When you got rid of that coaching staff you had last year, you should have got rid of Eberflus along with them.
Well, it's like they didn't learn from Trubisky or Fields. The same shit is happening now again with Williams. Lame duck coach. Next year, everyone's going to be gone. New coach comes in. 3 years later, they're going to be drafting another quarterback.
Well, they're in quarterback purgatory, put it that way.
And 3 years from now, Archie Manning's coming out.
Yeah. We still got to see what happens with ours, I think he'll be fine, but we have to put an offensive line around that kid.
He doesn't work out.
Yeah, the offensive line's got to get better.
We've got to put an offensive line around him.
I think Bears fans are going to pray that he doesn't work out because, oh man, can you hear it? If he does work out and they end up with Caleb and he's not even the best rookie quarterback from that draft class in the division.
Well, you know what? They got DJ Moore, and they thought DJ Moore would be the catalyst for that team, and he's becoming another headache.
Yeah, but he gets the quarterback.
Yeah, he's becoming a headache. And okay, how many times did we tell him Keenan Allen, his age, and he will get hurt? You know, and what does he do?
Well, it's just weird though that they've always been productive, and this year none of them are.
No, not at all. And with Moore, he's frustrated by it.
Which is weird because I mean Moore was in Carolina. He's had a history of revolving quarterbacks, yet he's never been this bad.
Right. Yeah, and he had Bryce Young for a minute.
Yeah, like Dave, Minnesota Sports, whatever, gave me a lot of shit for saying that Keenan Allen always gets hurt.
He
And
does.
He's like, well, he played 11, or he played like a full season or something like that. And he's like, I said, yeah, he may have started that game, but did he finish? You know, I said, from what I see, he gets hurt all the time. And he's, like I said, he's hurt again.
He's hurt. He hasn't put in a full season in at least 3-4 years.
Yeah, the only game he seems to show up to play is the game against us.
And that's the only one he shows up against was to play us. After that, he disappeared. And I think that's why the Bears signed him, because they play us twice a year, so they figured they would get 2 good games out of him. He probably won't play us the first game. He probably won't play us next week. You know?
I don't know, dude. I think the Packers is gonna blow them out.
That could get ugly. If the Packers play their game, that could get ugly. I don't know. The Packers have come back down to earth, though. They've come back down to earth. It's almost like, you know, Love got paid and you got the real Love. You got the real Jordan Love.
Well, we kind of knew the Packers weren't going to have 3 straight quarterbacks.
No.
You
We
know,
knew that.
the odds of that happening are just, you know.
We knew that, but did their fans know that?
I told Packer fans, I said, you know, when Rodgers leaves, you guys are going to go back to being the Packers of the late 60s or 70s and 80s. And they're like, oh, it's not going to happen. They may not be that bad, but they're not going to be 13-3 every year.
No, they're not. It's going to be – it's back to mediocrity, put it that way.
And the Lions will go back to being the Lions, and they get them doing their little run.
Well, when is Goff's contract up?
2 years?
Just signed for a couple of years. But if Johnson and Glenn leave, after
They may both go.
I think
He keeps throwing 5 interceptions in a game. It's not really going to matter.
No. And they still keep – the thing is, they still keep winning. Houston had that game, but
really bad.
they went into that little – what you call it, and they got conservative.
Stop.
yes,
you know?
struggling too.
Hey, Breezy, what's your question, man? He says he's got a question for us.
Stroud is really struggling.
Who's that? The struggling, Sarah?
Stroud?
Yeah, and I like that kid, but he's
Question?
but yeah, he's come back down to earth.
Well, and people are naming like Jaden Daniels like top 5. I'm like, calm your ass down.
Yeah, he's come down to earth the last 2 weeks as well.
And also last night, though, did you guys notice the sense of no urgency with the Commanders at the end of the game there? You know what, Breezy? Yes, I am starting to hate the Lions more because of their fans. I had no problem with the Lions at
Yeah.
all till their fans started running their mouths. They're making Packer fans tolerable.
Yeah, I have no issue with the Lions, the team and
Yeah.
stuff.
I have no issue with the Lions at all. Hell, we've owned them for the last 60 years, so I have no
Oh
problem.
no,
with
no,
them.
don't talk about the past unless they don't let you talk about the past unless it's the the last 3 years. And
Oh,
when you bring up the past, then they're like, "Quit living in the past." We're only going to talk about the last 3 years though, because that's when we came into existence.
yeah. Don't talk to me then. Shit.
I mean, there's a thing called winning with class, and the Lions don't know how to do that because they never won.
No, they're actually they're actually ignorant about it.
Yeah,
You know, just like you're winning now. Guess what? You could now hit rock bottom again. You know, Goff gets hurt, you're at rock bottom. You know,
Bob, I hate the team, the Packers, the more.
only team I hate and will hate till my last days on this earth are the Dallas Cowboys. I will never. I
See,
will
I'm
never
like that
like
with
the
the
Dallas
Packers
Cowboys.
and the Cowboys.
You know what? I don't have a problem with the Packers because they're who they are. They're our next door neighbor. But the Cowboys, fuck the Cowboys. You're not America's team. Half America hates you, motherfuckers, and I don't like you. Never have liked you since '75.
So, do you think Jerry's going to knock down the stadium and rebuild it?
Oh God, yeah. So there's no sunlight at all. You know, and that's the thing of Breezy. They're not even respectful. They're not even humble. They're
Right.
running around like they've been on top of the NFL for the last decade.
They're acting like they're the Chiefs. Even the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Fan, I saw a post on X, and this Chiefs fan was like, "Man, I would love to cheer for you Lions fans, but man, y'all suck."
Oh, they're assholes. They're literal
Almost
assholes.
the same as Eagles fans.
Well,
Catch, you need to put the what you call it up there on the screen.
that thing that I posted into our chat. They're like going around talking about how they own the Chiefs because Jared Goff is 2-0 against Mahomes. I'm like,
Oh, who
no one
cares?
gives a shit what you do in the regular season.
You're right, Breezy. The Cowboy fans are even hating on their own team. It's hilarious, man. That is hilarious. Cowboy fans have turned on the Cowboys. They've turned on Jerry Jones.
He got booed tonight.
Yeah, he did. You know,
Yeah, that's why Jerry's about to hire Dion.
he's gonna hire Dion. He's gonna hire
He's
Dion.
gonna hire Dion and draft Shador to make all that go away.
Then what is he gonna do with Dak?
I don't know. Who cares?
There ain't nobody else paying that contract.
Nobody else is paying that contract.
Yeah, but drafting Shador, he's on a rookie deal. They can afford it.
Can they? They ain't even paid Micah Parsons yet.
That can be a $60 million backup.
Yeah, Dallas is just a dumpster fire.
Is anybody crying about it? Nope.
Hell no. I'm laughing at it. I always watch on YouTube that Scooter Magruder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
I gotta tell you, I don't see as much Dallas Cowboy stuff as I usually see.
It's gotten so bad, even Stephen A. don't rip on him like he used to. He's actually feeling pity for him. I used to turn it on Mondays after a Cowboy loss just to see Stephen A. go off on him, but even he's having pity for him.
With the way the Panthers are playing, are they the worst team in the NFC right now?
No.
No.
Wouldn't it be funny if all the Chiefs, if the Panthers beat the Chiefs next week?
Panthers play the Chiefs next week.
Yep.
And they got the Bills this week.
That would be so funny if they're the ones who end the Chiefs win. The Chiefs win.
Oh God, yeah. Where is that Panthers Chiefs game in Carolina or KC?
I have no idea. I don't care.
But normally I would say
That would, you know what that would take? That would take the Chiefs playing so down to the Panthers level. I mean, lower than low.
normally I would say they play a big game the week before. They're probably going to win. It's going to be a letdown, but the Chiefs don't do that.
No.
They're playing at the Panthers on the 24th.
Oh, at the Panthers?
Yeah, at the Panthers, 1:00 game.
I don't think it matters.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I'm only interested in the Chiefs Bills game because I got Josh Allen as my starting quarterback.
He's going to put up some points for you. Hell, the Bills might even win that game Sunday.
Bills can beat the Chiefs regular season. It's just
Yeah.
matters they can't.
It's the postseason they can't beat them.
That's why when Lions fans were like, "Oh, we own the Chiefs," I'm like,
You beat them in one regular season game.
"Yeah, exactly." Like you,
You guys, the fucking Lions don't own a damn thing. They don't own a damn thing. The Lions fans need to just shut the hell up.
The Firelight came out of the basement and they went up. They went up a couple. Floors. They went up a couple floors. Now they think they're living the high life.
Breezy, the problem with the Panthers is their owner. It's literally their owner. He is the most unlikable person in all of sports, probably in the world.
who would you say is the worst owner?
Stop.
Right?
And many in that organization did not want
Stop.
Bryce Young. They wanted Stroud, I think.
Yeah.
But he had to have Bryce Young. And they've had multiple coaches, multiple coordinators. There's no stability with that team.
I don't know. I've never seen the appeal to draft a short quarterback because to me, it's kind of like if he can't see over his offensive line, what's he going to be able to do?
Well, Kyler Murray's the exception, but even Kyler's got his moments where he has that problem.
How athletic you are. I'm not drafting a quarterback that's under 6 feet.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, not even 6. That's under 6'3".
A breezy. It should be the Saints that nobody wants to deal with because of the negative cap space, but the owner of the Saints hasn't done anything publicly to embarrass the team like the Panthers GM has. What was it? What did he do last year? He threw beer on a fan because the fan said something about him.
Yeah.
Yep. He threw beer on a fan. He literally knows nothing about football.
There was a story that came out that he was drawing plays on a napkin to give to Frank Reich.
I heard about that. I didn't know if it was true or not. That's some Sandlot football shit.
It's
Stram used to do that.
Yeah.
That's
Most of the great coaches did that, but that was before technology and shit. They would actually draw plays up on the fly. Coaches now, they're so, what's the word I'm looking for? They stick to script so much.
Well, what did you have a coach drawing up a play? But I mean, come on, it's another thing when the owner is drawing up plays to give to the coach because he thinks he can run the play better.
Oh, the owner?
Yeah, Tepper.
Well, everybody thinks they're better than everybody thinks they're better than a coach. Hell, I was like that when I played.
I know, but I'm just saying that it's crazy to have the owner drawing up plays to give to the coach.
That's really bad. And you know what that does? That puts a spotlight on, the players see it that our own owner doesn't believe in the coach. Why should we believe in the coach?
Yep, lack of confidence.
Yeah, that's lack of confidence. So right there, you fracture the locker room because right away you're going to have a locker room that doesn't believe in the coach. So the coach is basically coaching a lame duck locker room.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
should stick to hedge funds.
Another lost season for the Bears. like Bears fans think that the season isn't lost. I'm like, your
That season's lost.
lost. Eberflus has lost the locker room.
Yeah, the Bears season is lost. Now, here's the funny part with the Bears. They think because they have Kevin Warren, they want Kevin Warren to clean house. Okay, Bears fans, got to tell you something about Kevin Warren. Kevin Warren knows less about football than anybody. Kevin Warren is in your organization to get you a new stadium. That's why he was here. That he went to the Big Ten to negotiate the merger with the Pac-10 or Pac-12 or 16, whatever the hell they were. And he's with the Bears now to get them a new stadium. So
yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, what does he have anything to do with Bears operations? He's there to get them a stadium. That's it.
And what people don't realize is when he was here with the Vikings, okay, there were two factions of people that ran the Viking front office, okay? Kevin Warren ran the business side of the Vikings. Rick Spielman ran all the football. Spielman had all the football. Warren had all the business. That's how Warren had nothing to do with the football and vice versa.
Hey, Tony, was Warren a Wolf hire?
Yes, he was.
He was hired by the Wolves.
Yep,
that's what
he was a Wolf hire. Yep. Okay. Yeah,
he was GM. He was just brought in to get the stadium as well, right?
Who's that? Kevin Warren?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yes, he was. And so he's there
still with the team.
Huh?
Is Lester still with the team?
Who?
Lester Bagley.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, Bagley is still with the team
because he was he was in the forefront of the stadium as well.
Yeah, he's still with the team. Well, I think he is. He's with the Wilfs, so he's kind of like the guy that the Wilfs lean on. He might be. Is Bagley their legal? I need to look at that because I think Bagley might be their legal.
But going back to sorry, I was eating. That's why my camera was off. But going back to the losing confidence and the Panthers and all that, the Panthers owner and all that type of stuff. That might be what's happening in happening in Dallas too. But like Mike McCarthy doesn't run this team. Jerry Jones runs this team.
What'd you say?
Well, yeah, the Bears too. It was Bears and Panthers, But it's like Mike McCarthy doesn't run this team. This is Jerry's team. So
yeah, but you know that going in. That is Jerry's team. That's why if I'm a head coach, I'm not going
like Belichick to Cowboys. I'm like, hell no, Belichick's not going to go there. He's not going to want to deal with Jerry, the GM.
Only if Jerry steps down and puts Steven in charge will Belichick go there.
Jerry ain't doing that.
Jerry will be with that team until the day his last breath.
And that seems like 50 years from now.
Well, he is 81.
To answer your question, Lester Bagley is Executive Vice President of Public Affairs.
Okay.
You just don't hear from him much anymore.
Not anymore. They've got, I think when you do hear about them, it's it really has to be like a really bad thing, and he has to get out there and put the positive spin on it. But one thing I will give the Vikings credit for, they don't have a lot of turmoil. They just don't. But yeah, I mean, with the Cowboys, the only way things are going to change there is with Jerry when Jerry is gone.
No, because he's going to leave it for Steve, and Steve is just like Jerry.
Steve knows less about football than Jerry. Seriously, Steve knows less about football than Jerry.
But maybe he won't put himself in the position of GM though.
Yeah, I don't know if he's got that ego.
Maybe he'll actually hire a true GM.
I don't know.
it depends on
Cowboys
his ego.
hope.
What up, De Niro?
Oh, what's up, De Niro? Yeah, I mean, you're right, Breezy. I mean, it's going to take, I have had that, Bob. God, I was a kid when I had it. Something's got to happen in Dallas or else they'll be the worst team in that division. They're already trending that way now. And that locker room is.
I mean, what? Micah's throwing Mike McCarthy under the bus?
Has anybody thrown Zimmer under the bus?
Nope.
I think
No.
he's the first one I'd be throwing. I think I might be throwing Mike under the bus.
Well, I think they knew they had defense. Well, I think the injuries are the reason
And-
why they're not
And
throwing
Dan
him under the
Quinn
bus.
took a bunch of their defensive guys with him.
Oh, Quinn did?
Mhm.
Yeah, it didn't help that defense too much. The defense is still not very good in Washington.
Yeah, but I mean, I say give it a year,
Give it a year, yeah.
and then I think Washington's going to be the new powerhouse of the AFC East. I mean, NFC East.
Well, here's the thing now. With Jane Daniels doing as well as he is, do you think some team now is going to take another shot and give Cliff Kingsbury a head coaching gig? Especially if they got a young quarterback
I wouldn't.
like Chicago?
I wouldn't. Because sometimes some coordinators are just meant to be coordinators, not head coaches.
True. Yeah, true.
But
Yeah, Breezy, you would think that the kids would learn from what their father did, but sometimes the kids are worse. You know, and see, here's the thing now. We know Steven is doing stuff with the team. We never hear from Steven. It's always Jerry. Jerry talks more to the press than even Mike McCarthy.
yeah,
Well, it's
that's
pretty
what
much-
I said. Like some teams, you have no clue who their owner is, but
Right.
Cowboys, he's front and center.
Cowboys have a different, like, he's really the only owner who has a weekly radio show,
That's just crazy.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only owner who speaks for the team. He's, you know, like you said, Lester Bagley is the VP of Vikings press relations, public relations. Jerry Jones is the GM. He's the owner. He's a press secretary. He's, you know, public relations. He's everything, you know. But I guess if you're gonna go down in flames, go down in flames your way, you know.
He's been going down in flames since he won that Super Bowl with Switzer, which was Jimmy Johnson's team.
Well, yeah, they ain't been good since Jimmy Johnson left.
Yeah, they ain't been
Except
good.
for that 1 year, except for 1 year with, like you said, Switzer.
Yeah, they haven't been good at all. Breezy, here's the thing with Flores. He's going to get a head coaching gig.
I don't think so.
He is.
Because last year he didn't get no interviews at all.
And a lot of people say it was the lawsuit. But you got to remember now, teams nowadays are so offensive oriented. They're just looking at offensive coaches. They're not looking at defensive coaches. They're just not. And he is a defensive guy. So that's the thing that's hindering him. But, well, put it this way. Eric Bieniemy never got a head coaching job, and he should have. He's offense. Never got a head coaching job. But Josh McDaniels got 2. He actually got 3 and turned down 1 and still got a damn job. So, I mean, it's not going to drag on that long. And if it does, he will not be with the Vikings that long. He will not be with the Vikings that long. He may not be with the Vikings next year. You know, we need to brace for that. I've heard nothing in the news, which is weird. Now, here's the weird thing with the Vikings. There's been no talk about extending Kwesi KLC or Brian Flores at all so far this year. And I find that really weird.
No, Mark came out and said they weren't going to deal with it until after the season.
Well, he better do something with it now because there's probably teams that are going to be knocking on the door for Brian Flores. Somebody's going to want to interview him. Yeah. Yeah, he's basically Jerry has sold that franchise for everything he could, and it's not even a good product. He's good at marketing and all that, but now the NFL is completely good at that. Also, here's another thing, Abrizi, a lot of people don't realize about Jerry Jones. Roger Goodell is just a figurehead for the NFL. He speaks for the owners. The main owner that everybody looks to in the NFL is Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is the one that wanted two NFL teams in LA. Why? For the TV market. That TV market means more money for the owners. Many of the things that they've done are to make more money for the owners. And who's the spearhead of that? Jerry Jones.
I hope the Texans whoop their ass this week.
It's a possibility.
I think they do.
It's a possibility. It's Goodell's just a figurehead. You basically have the czars of the NFL owners. Jerry Jones, Kraft, the owner in Miami, Ross. I'm forgetting one. There's another one too, but those three are like the owner czars of the NFL.
Oh, it's my blanket.
What are we, the Clark? The Rooneys?
Oh, the Rooneys, yeah.
Clark, the Chiefs owners.
Yep, the Clarks. So there's the five, but yeah, those are the top ones. Aren't
the Wilfs like top 10 now for tenure for owning the team?
Yeah, but they're not in that spectrum with those guys.
I don't think they care to be.
Well, a lot of it's got to do with nothing about football. That's why. The Giants owner, he can't even run his own team, so.
Well, they have more than one owner.
Yeah.
It's not just the Mara family. The Tesh family owns them too.
Yeah, the Tesh family. And then the John, who owns the Jets?
Johnson & Johnson family.
Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah.
Which he's going to leave now to go be in, what's his name's cabinet.
If they, he could, but they haven't announced it yet, but probably.
He's probably going.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is going to be running the Jets for the next 4 years.
Oh, God. It'll be nice watching that dumpster fire.
Unless he gets a position in the cabinet, too. That's what Jets fans are praying for. Please.
Yeah, the Wilfs, Davey, made all their money off of real estate. They don't know crap about football. That's why they gave, like, when they bought the team, at first it was Brad Childress that had all the football control, and then it was Rick Spielman. But the Wilfs don't even live up here. They don't even have a residence up here. They didn't build a house or buy a house or nothing up here.
I think Mark lives up here, don't he?
Mark probably lives up here now, and he probably stays at the hotel. But Ziggy's never lived in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Besides the Chiefs owner, likable owners, there's likable owners. Yeah, the Wilfs live in North Jersey. Yeah, that's where they made all their money, was real estate.
Well, Tepper, Davis, and Brown are probably the three worst owners.
Davis. Oh, Mark Davis
Yeah.
with that. What is that haircut he's got?
They put a bowl on his head and cut around it.
I thought that went out with the 90s.
Well, he still drives a 96 Dodge Caravan.
Okay, never mind. He still wears members only, dude. I saw that. He was wearing a members only jacket.
Members only was the shit, isn't it, back in the
He
day?
doesn't have
You know, when I was in high school, you know how long ago that was?
any heirs, right?
Yeah.
I bet you that's why Tom Brady is a minority owner because when Mark Davis leaves,
They're also saying for Brady, he's not supposed to be doing a telecast either because he's part owner.
Well, he can do the telecast. He just can't be in the meetings that the broadcast team has. So, like when they usually the broadcast team will get there like on a Wednesday and they'll have meetings. They'll talk about the game plan and
He can't.
be practices and stuff like that. He can't do any of that. Pretty much, he just shows up, calls the game, and that's it.
Breezy says that Mark is a fan of the Three Stooges. That explains that haircut.
No.
Do you think he's going to leave the team to Tom Brady because he doesn't have any heirs?
No, he's going to have some heirs. He's hooking up with some Russian chick now. He's going to have some heirs.
So Mark Davis doesn't have any kids?
No.
Mm-mm.
Wow, I guess they can't say "Can't Buy Me Love." I guess
No, he bought something.
with that haircut.
He bought something because I think.
Well, he's what, in his 50s?
Yeah, he's about my age. Yeah. Yeah, he's up there.
JJ, shut the fuck up.
I think.
I think JJ just told you.
No, he was on the couch and Kerry just got on the couch. Like I said, he can be an asshole sometimes.
Breezy, they're not the only ones with young girlfriends. Zimmer's got one too.
Yeah, Zimmer's got himself a mail order one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like these guys are. I don't know what they're doing. Well, it's called the pocketbook, but
Yeah, Zimmer ain't getting a chick that age of that.
Money can't buy love, but it can sure buy a Birkin bag.
one plus, Zimmer's a widow. He's a widower.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, and plus, Mark Davis is out there in Vegas. Hell, he can rent a girlfriend for what?
Oh God, that's just gross.
He can rent a girlfriend for how many hours? I mean, it's Vegas.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get
Well,
up.
look at Belichick's girlfriend.
She's Russian mail order, isn't she?
I don't know.
She's young.
Yeah, she's younger than Zimmer's girlfriend.
Cheerleader.
God. Yeah, she's young. She's like straight out of high school young.
I feel so dirty talking about it.
I mean, literally, that's when you think about it. And Zimmer's what? Damn near 70?
Gotta
They
be.
all are.
And she just barely graduated high school. She's of age. I mean, once you're 18, you're an adult. So. Oh, God, Curly is his favorite.
That's kind of funny how Curly he's called Curly.
Why has he got hair like Mo?
Well, it's kind of funny. Curly is called Curly, but he ain't got no hair.
He ain't got no hair.
Kind of like ZZ Top. The guy with the last name of Beard's the only one in the band without a beard.
Yeah, the only one without a beard is a guy named Beard.
It's funny because that C on that Chicago Bear logo does look like a toilet.
Oh, yeah, you haven't seen those memes?
Yeah.
It looks like a toilet seat.
No
Yeah,
one.
it looks like a toilet seat.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Bears got a Super Bowl trophy, but it was so long ago. Half their fan base wasn't alive to see it. It's just, but we ain't been to a Super Bowl in 2 years will be 50 years if we don't go soon.
That's why I hope the Lions don't go and win.
And they're like they're like one of how many teams? 6 or 7 teams that haven't been to a Super Bowl yet?
Well, haven't been to Super Bowl, I think is like 3 or 4, but haven't won is a bigger number.
The
Right.
Chiefs repeat this year because I think next year they're gonna once Jim Harbaugh builds up that defense, they're gonna be in trouble.
Harbaugh right now, the Vikings are going to have buyer remorse for not signing Harbaugh. If Harbaugh puts that team together and that team becomes, I think it's going to be a juggernaut. The Vikings are going to look real stupid, and then it's going to come out that they had Harbaugh in the building and didn't sign him. You know. Yeah, you know what? Jets fans, they never talk about that Super Bowl they won. Hell, they won that Super Bowl even in the 70s. They didn't talk about 70s and 80s. They didn't talk about that Super Bowl. They did not talk.
Well, they probably thought they'd be back.
Yeah, and they had a couple of shots where they were. The Colts won their Super Bowl, and they didn't talk about it. The only ones that kept talking about their Super Bowls literally were the Packers when they sucked. Hell, even the Chiefs when they beat us in the Super Bowl 4, and they had those lean years, didn't hear a peep out of them. Not a peep.
I'm sure the Cowboys talk about theirs too.
And the Cowboys talk about theirs.
Because that's America's team.
Half America hates them SOBs.
That's why
That's
they're
the funny
America's team.
part.
Half the team likes them, half the team hate them. Everybody
Jeez.
talking about them.
Hell, their own state half hate them, half love them. It's like, come on. You know, I never understood the whole, and the Cowboys were the first ones to monopolize TV time and everything else and put the spotlight on them and everything. And
Well, from what I heard, it was between the Cowboys and the Steelers, but the Steelers didn't want to be America's team, and so that's how the Cowboys got the name of America's team.
well, Steelers were more of a every working person in America loved the Steelers. They were blue collar, and the Cowboys were basically, you know the TV show Dallas.
Yeah,
That was the Cowboys. Dallas had that uptight, hoity-toity type of attitude where the Steelers were just like a blue-collar team.
yeah. I can't stand Dallas Mavericks fans either. I realize now it's a Dallas thing.
Yeah, and lucky for them, they got our hockey team. That's all I'm going to say. They got our hockey team. So F you, Dallas. No way the North Stars should be in Dallas. So,
Or at least, can we have our name back?
you know what? They don't use a North Star. They just go with Dallas Stars, but they've got our records. They've got the records that were up here. They took them down to Dallas. So
Yeah.
the Wild have incorporated the old North Star colors, which is cool. I like those. But other than that, all the records and crap like that are they all count for the Dallas Stars. So
Ow.
actually, the Vikings are America's team. They were here first. Well, technically, if you want to be technical about it, the Chiefs are America's team. The Chiefs were here to meet the Vikings. I did see that, Abrizi. They still don't like each other.
Each other.
And half these guys couldn't hit now or run a route if you paid them to, but yeah, they still don't like each other. And what triggered that was Super Bowl 10, and believe it or not, it was when Cliff Harris did what he did to Roy Gerela and Jack Lambert launched him about 5 yards going the other way.
Who are you guys hoping we match up in the wild card? I hope we play the Falcons.
Yeah, make it first.
I bet it's gonna be. It would probably be the Falcons if we make it. We got to make it first.
Well, they're going to be the 5 seeds. We got to figure out who's going to be the 4th seed. And right now, the 4th seed would be Cardinals.
The Cardinals got a better record than Falcons, don't they?
No,
It would be
Cardinals are 5. They're 6 and. Oh wait, no, they have the same record now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but for some reason, Atlanta's still above them. So
More conference. They got more conference wins.
I don't know.
That's probably what it is.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
the Falcons have already won like what 4 games in their division.
Well, they swept the Bucks.
the Bucks
Yeah.
going 3 games.
They're 4-1 in their division, so and they beat
because the Bucks have 3 easy games coming up, and Atlanta has 3 difficult games coming up.
yeah.
That's why I'm like, I'm not counting the Bucks out yet.
But you know what? The Bucks just aren't the same team this year. And Godwin's out. Is
Yep.
Mike Evans still out?
And the Bucks are on bye.
Yeah. Yeah, the Cardinals are feisty, Breezy. They are.
But we'll find out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, they're different. They're a completely different team away from home, too. That's right. The Bucks don't have their receivers. They don't.
Somebody said the Cardinals haven't won in Minneapolis in like since the late 80s or 70s.
Last time the Cardinals won in Minnesota, I believe, was 1977.
Damn.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, they beat us here.
San Fran's record.
Matter of fact, the game they beat us in 77, Fran broke his leg the next game. So
It's so weird how we have weird records like that.
it is. It's very weird. Hold on, guys. Be right back.
Okay, let's see.
What's our overall record against the Cardinals, though?
Yeah. Vikings are 18-12 and 0.
Against the Cardinals?
Yeah. So let me see here. Okay, so let me see. And Kerry, knock it off. All right, so at Vikings.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, the Cardinals.
1977, 27-7.
Yeah, 27-7. The main running backs for the Cardinals that game were Wayne Morris and Terry Metcalf, whose son Eric Metcalf played for the Browns.
So the Vikings actually lost 4 in a row from 77 to 83.
Yeah. 77, 79, 81, and 83.
Only one of them was in Minnesota. All the other 3 were in St. Louis.
Yep.
So they weren't even in Arizona last time they beat the Vikings. They were still in St. Louis.
They were still in St. Louis, yeah. No, they beat the Vikings once in Arizona.
No, I'm talking about in Minnesota.
Oh, and in Minnesota, yeah. They
Yeah.
were in I'll tell you what, honestly, Bud Grant did not have the best record against the Cardinals at all.
The Vikings all time are 18-12. Oh no.
Yeah, they had a losing record at one time against the Cardinals too.
Yeah, because the Vikings have won 3, 4, 5.
We're still undefeated
6,
against the Texans, huh? I think
Yep.
so.
7,
Yep.
8. The Vikings have won 7 of the last 10 against Arizona.
Okay.
So, of course, they lost in 2021. And then, of course, 2016, we all know what happened.
I don't. What happened?
So, ha 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 ha.
Wait a minute. Didn't we beat them in 2016?
No, that was the Nate Poole catch.
No, Nate Poole was 04, 03.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Let me go back. This screen like readjusts itself and then takes away some of the.
You got one of those screens that jump all the time?
Also, 2016. Let me see.
2016, I think we beat them here because I think Patterson had a kickoff return, and I think Rhodes had the interception.
So, 2022, the Vikings beat them. 2021, the Cardinals won.
Mhm.
That was that 1-point game.
Okay.
2018, Vikings won. 2016, the Vikings won. 2015, the Vikings lost.
Okay. Hey,
So
Bob
it
Speed.
was 15, not 16. And then the 2012, 2011, 2010, the Vikings won all those.
Yeah.
And then they lost in 2009. And then they won 2008, 2006, and 2003. They lost.
2009 was the game that I think that was a game that EJ Henderson broke his leg. 2009.
Yeah. So 2003 would have been the Nate Poole game.
Yeah. Bob Swede, I remember that game you're thinking of where they missed a field goal. That was 1972.
And then, of course, the two playoff games.
Yeah.
Vikings won the last one in 98, 41-21.
The funny thing about that 72 game, Bob, the Cardinals scored all their touchdowns. They scored 2 touchdowns. It was a rookie.
And by the way, we will talk about this on Vintage as well. But yeah,
It was a rookie receiver named Bobby Moore that scored the 2 touchdowns. He ended up being a Viking, but he didn't play under the name Bobby Moore. So, if you know anything about Bobby Moore changed his name to Ahmad Rashad. So, that was the Vikings' introduction to
this
Bobby.
is what I put up with every night.
What?
With the cats trying to get out. Cats trying to get out. Our window was broken. They were fixing our roof, and they dropped something in our broken window, and he was able to get out. So now he thinks he can get out through the window. So he's trying to get out. Unlike dogs, cats don't forget. Like if a dog was able to get out somewhere and you fix it, they'll try to get out maybe a couple days afterwards and they'll totally forget about it. Not cats. So he's trying to get out.
Jeez. So yeah, like I said, Bud's record against the Cardinals was not that good.
Well, let's see.
I think Bud had a losing record against the Cardinals.
So the first time they played was 63. That was a loss. They played him again in 67. That was a loss.
That's Bud's first year.
First time they beat him was in 69.
That's Bud.
That 72 they lost.
Bud.
74 they played him twice. They beat him twice.
Okay, that's Bud, yeah.
And 70, 77, 79, 81, 83. They lost every single one.
Bud only beat him 3 times counting the playoffs. But in regular season play, he only beat him twice.
Who do you guys think is winning the West?
Right now, I've got to say wow. I mean, the Cardinals are leading right now, but if San Francisco gets healthy,
I'm going to say the Niners. Niners are going to pull it out.
Have you seen their schedule?
The Niners?
Yeah.
I know they got Detroit.
And the Bills and the Packers.
Is that
I would rather have the Cardinals win the division because the Cardinals will probably be the 4th seed.
Are the Packers is the Packer game in San Francisco or Green Bay?
Green Bay.
Ooh, that could be a loss. And it's later in the year, too. I know they're playing Detroit at home. Where are they playing the Bills? In Buffalo or at home?
Buffalo.
Shit, they could lose that, too.
I can see a scenario where the Vikings host a division game.
Oh,
Because let's.
did you guys see what happened in Seattle? The center all of a sudden retired, the starting center.
Yeah.
He walked away from the team. He all of a sudden retired.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't they just sign that center?
No, he was there. They just signed him and he just left. He
Yeah,
just
yeah,
he abruptly retired. Yeah, he
Wonder
abruptly
what the
retired.
hell-
We gotta play the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Right after the Bears.
The last non-divisional game.
Yep. We gotta play the Seahawks.
Such a confusing team, though.
Well, with this new coach,
I don't know what to make of them.
I don't either. They've got the talent, but they just
Like they'll beat teams that they aren't. They'll beat teams that they'll beat bad teams, but then they'll lose to bad teams too. So it's like you just don't know what kind of team they are.
right. So, Catch, what were you saying about the Cardinals?
Well, I said
We're the only team that's left on
with the way the Cardinals are playing right now, I can see them winning the West.
Yeah, and the Cardinals only have us left as a team that they might not beat, and then San Fran.
Yeah.
How many road games? I know they're playing us on the road.
They still got 2 Seattle games,
Mm-hmm.
and then they still have San Fran. Is San Fran on the road? I think. I don't know.
So I mean, it's possible. The West is kind of wide open. Hell, the Rams might even make a run.
It sure didn't help them losing to Miami though.
So
No,
the Cardinals are at the Seahawks. Then they're at Minnesota. Home against the Seahawks.
okay.
Home against the Patriots. On the road against the Panthers, and on the road at home against on the road against the Rams. And then they finish the season at home against the 49ers. So they have a road. So the Rams game and the Minnesota game look like to be the two toughest. In the 49ers game, the last game of the season.
That last game might decide the division.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that last game might be for the divisions.
And I think only one team is coming out of the West.
That would be the division winner,
Yeah.
Yeah.
unless Green Bay completely falls off.
Well, because you got the Commanders and the Eagles out of the East, the Vikings, Lions, and Packers right now out of the North.
Unless one of us falls off.
The Washington might fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Washington might fall off.
No, because they have a 4th place schedule. So I think they have easy games still.
Yeah, but if they play like they did Monday night or last night, if they play, I mean, for some reason they were lackadaisical at the end there. There was no urgency, no nothing. They were just kind of like, well, we lost. Let's just see what we can do. That type of shit. I mean,
The game was close for most of the whole game.
well, and Washington's Achilles heel is their defense not being able to stop the run. And you seen what Saquon did. I mean,
Yep.
They can't stop the run.
So right now, Lions, Eagles, Falcons, Cardinals are the division leaders. The Falcons are the 3 seed. The Cardinals are the 4 seed.
I don't know. I think Eagles.
And then the Vikings, and then the Packers, and Washington those are the last 7 teams. Those are the 7 teams in. Then you get the 49ers. And then after the 49ers, you have the Bears, Seahawks, Rams, Bucks, Cowboys, and Saints, Panthers, and Giants.
I think the Eagles are way overrated.
Well, they're the second seed right
I
now.
can't stand Nick Sirianni. I just cannot stand. Every time I look at him, I want to punch him. I don't know why that is, but
I think the AFC is pretty much set.
I don't know. You're gonna have a good game on Sunday between Baltimore and Pittsburgh.
Well, what I mean by the 7 teams that are in, because it's the Chiefs, the Bills,
Mm-hmm.
the Steelers, Texans,
Mm-hmm.
Ravens, Chargers, and Broncos.
I think Bengals is going to get in.
You know what? There's something about the Bengals.
That
Oh
you
no,
can't
they
out. They're like
They're They are Jekyll and Hyde, especially on defense.
I mean they are 2 games back.
they have some really tough games coming up.
They are 2 games back.
The Bengals are?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so who does it look like right now to get the number 1 pick in the draft?
See the
Jackson-
Giants.
Is it the Giants?
No, it's Jacksonville. They have the number 1 pick right now.
Let me see. Looking right now.
Jacksonville has 1 and Giants have 2, I think, as of right now.
Aren't they both 2-7?
Yep.
Yeah, they're both 2-7. I thought I
There's
saw
a-
somewhere the Giants had the first pick because the Jaguars have a better, even though they both have 2 wins, one of the Jaguars wins means more than one of the Giants wins. Is from, but
And the Titans are 2-7. And who else?
Hopefully it'll be 2-8 on Sunday.
I think those are the only 3 teams that have 2 wins.
No, there's got to be more.
No, everybody else has got at least 3 wins. Oh wait, no, the Browns.
Yeah.
So the out of the 5 worst teams, 4 of them are in the AFC.
You mean to tell me the Panthers are better than the Giants?
Panthers are 3-7.
Wow. Well, they did just beat the Giants too, but
Yeah.
Jeez.
They
So
have
the
they have
Jaguars are 2-8, Giants are 2-8, Raiders are 2-7, Titans are 2-7, and Browns are 2-7.
Oh, of course, the Raiders are near the bottom, of course.
And then for the after that, the Panthers are 3-7, the Saints are 3-7, and the Cowboys are 3-6.
Yeah, you're right, Breezy. The Browns fall off is a shame.
this quarterback class does
I-
not look promising. So
I think their quarterback is the reason why. I don't think that team played for Deshaun Watson. I think they quit on him.
I believe that. I believe that.
I mean, think about it. They have 2 wins, right? One of them was against God, who they beat?
Was the Steelers, wasn't it?
no, Ravens.
Ravens.
They beat the Ravens, yes.
But was that with Winston or was that without Watson?
That was a Winston.
That was Winston's first start.
Yeah.
So if that doesn't tell you, you know,
Sean's coming back again next year.
Who, Deshaun?
Yeah.
yeah, because of his salary.
Yeah.
Have you, Sarah? Have you seen his salary against the cap? Oh my God, it's like the worst contract ever.
I have it. I'm just glad that it's not tied to us.
Yeah, he tore his ACL, and the fans were cheering when he got hurt. That was pretty. I don't know. No matter how much you dislike the guy,
He don't even look like he wants to play.
Well, he gets paid. He gets paid. He's getting paid.
Yep.
Yeah, it's guaranteed money. What have you got to? I mean,
So, would you consider that as the worst trade in history, or
God.
is Herschel trade still worse?
Herschel, because of what it did to the future. Herschel's trade built a franchise. Deshaun Watson basically just bankrupted a franchise. So
Yeah,
Yeah, I would not want to be a Browns fan right now. Since they came back from '99, I don't know. It just
pain.
it's they've been in the playoffs. Like Joe Thomas played his whole career for the Browns. How long he played? Like what, 12 years?
Well, they just kept Baker.
Never made the playoffs.
never made the playoffs. Never made the playoffs.
I don't know why they got rid of Baker Mayfield.
Hell, there were guys that are in the Hall of Fame that never even sniffed a playoff game.
Oh, Brandon Marshall never played in the playoff game.
No. You can probably go down the line of players that are in the Hall of Fame, and there's a bunch of them that never played in a playoff game. A bunch of them. Yeah, Breezy with Prescott's injury, I think they said he tore it off the bone.
He
Yeah.
tore it off the bone.
How did that?
Complete tear off the bone.
Well, that's what AP did when he had his groin injury. He tore that off the bone.
Gross.
Yeah.
Don't that hurt?
Yeah.
I'd rather have my hamstring than my groin. I'll just
Rather
put it
my
out there.
hamstring than my groin. Trust me. Yeah, I'd rather
Because
be the hammy than
If
the
you
groin.
got a hamstring, injury, you could just like still do things and just like lay there if you have to. That groin injury, you ain't doing shit.
That groin injury has limited you in everything.
Yes.
But
Hey,
somehow he still managed to have kids.
I don't know. Maybe he just, I don't know, laid there. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
He tore it completely off the bone. And
trust me, I hear about it every night on the fucking news. God.
that's what you get for being in cowboy country.
And now it's time for sports. Now it's time for Cowboy news. We get it. Dak Prescott is injured. He's probably going to be out the rest of the year. We get it. My God.
Exactly. Exactly. Who's one player going to the Hall of Fame or in the Hall of Fame that you would have liked to see win a ring? Oh, yeah, every Viking that's in there. Yeah, Larry Fitzgerald. God, who else? Joe Thomas. Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas. God, there's so many. Even farther back.
Let's see. I know. I'm sorry, guys. About
Gale Sayers and Dick Butkus.
I'm sorry about my cat, guys.
How come
Yep.
Jim Marshall isn't in the Hall of Fame?
He's on the senior committee now. Him and Chuck Foreman. They're on Jim Marshall's been out of football 40 years and still hasn't got a sniff in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, there's some quarterbacks who,
Yeah, Breezy. Sean Taylor's another one too.
yeah.
Paul Krause is in the Hall of Fame, isn't he?
Yeah. Paul's in there.
Yeah, because I was going to say, like, that's a record that's never going to get broken.
No, and what's his name ended up, I think, 10 short, Rod Woodson. Woodson had 71, I believe.
Almost.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Oh, hell, Woodson didn't get a ring.
Did he? I thought he was with the Packers.
No, that's Charles Woodson.
that's
Ron
Charles
Woodson.
Woodson. Roger Woodson played in the Super Bowl, but I don't think he won.
He played in the
against
Super Bowl,
Cowboys.
never won it. He didn't win it.
Are they brothers?
No.
Like Warren Moon would like somebody I would have liked to see to get a ring.
Yeah, Warren Moon, although he's got all his championships in Canada.
Yeah.
You talking about Rod Woodson, a Breezy? He went to the Super Bowl with the Steelers. They lost
Yeah.
to the Cowboys.
Christian Ponder? Would you have liked to see him win the ring?
No, I wouldn't have even liked to seen him in the damn NFL.
He got his wife though.
Yeah. Is she still at ESPN or did they can her?
They got rid of her.
That's what I thought. God, there's so many people.
I mean, it's nice to have she's like loyal like a dog. I mean, she blocked people
Yeah, she did.
for criticizing her husband.
Yep. She did. Oh, the ones that I wanted to see that didn't get a ring that should have got one. Dick Butkus, Gale Sayers, Alex Karras, the older guys. Hell, Alex Karras, I think, didn't play in the playoffs until his final year in the league. And he lost that playoff game 5-0.
5-0. What, a field goal and a safety?
Exactly.
Sheesh.
Yeah, they lost to the Cowboys 5-0 in the playoff.
Oh, Rod Woodson won with the Ravens.
Oh, he did win one with the Ravens. I forgot.
I totally forgot he played for the Ravens.
I did too.
Yeah.
I forgot he was with the Ravens. Okay, so we were wrong.
Stop the presses.
Stop the presses. We were wrong. Jeez.
Let's see.
Dan Marino.
He's kind of an ass. But yeah, Boomer Esiason.
Boom. He's an ass.
So yeah, but if Dan Marino's an ass, so
Yeah, he's an ass.
Dan Fouts would have been nice.
Fouts, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
Fouts.
Chargers team that the Dolphins beat in the playoff game, that would that team would have been cool.
Yep.
Oh, did you guys see the story? This Miami player that now plays for the Steelers, he was on a podcast and he was talking about how the Dolphins team, that since Mike McDaniel took over the Dolphins team, the team is so soft.
Well, they
true.
proved that because look who their head coach was before that, and you always go the opposite direction.
Yeah, they went the complete opposite direction from the coach they had before.
So that doesn't surprise me.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he was talking about how the team, the players would go to strip clubs and then come to meetings late all the time, and he wasn't really bad mouthing them, but that he wasn't
He was trying to be their friend. He's basically telling them just don't let it happen again. That slap on the wrist type of shit.
Yeah, he didn't like that at all. So he was like, now that he plays for the Steelers, he feels like they actually play.
But going back to that question about players who want to win a Super Bowl, think about the great players who they may have played maybe one or two playoff, like Steve Largent. How many playoff games did he play in? 2, 3 at the most.
3 at the most, yeah. He played in the AFC
think about players like that who barely ever sniffed the playoffs. A couple times in their career.
I named, like I said, Butkus and Sayers never made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Honestly,
but
Eric Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson.
Figured to make the playoffs back then because there were less teams.
I think there was only 4 teams. There was 4 teams back then, right? The 3 division winners and the wild card.
3 division winners and a wild card, yeah. Yeah, and you still had even in the 60s during the Super Bowl era when they separated the divisions, you still had the 2 division winners playing each other in the first round of the playoffs, and then
being annoying tonight. You know that?
So
you're not going out.
Catch, it's a cat. Why are you wasting your time? That same cat will be walking on your face in the middle of the night talking about, remember when you had me on TV?
What you talking about, Tony? What you talking about? Don't make me come after you. You're going to hate me for the rest of the night. My wife honestly thinks that he sits on her face and farts.
He probably does.
But they say cats' farts don't smell, so I don't know.
Breezy, you know what? Buffalo, in the early 90s, they were that team. The AFC was actually pretty balanced. The only team that came close to beating them was Houston, and Houston blew that as the biggest comeback in history.
In the 90s, the common good teams in the 90s in the AFC with the Dolphins, the Bills, the Bengals, the Oilers,
And the Steelers.
and you would get the West was weird because one year it'd be the Chargers. Because the Chargers went to the Super Bowl, which is, people forget about that. Then you have the Broncos that were good. Then you would have the Chiefs with
The Chiefs would choke in the playoffs.
Yeah. Even when they had Montana, they got to the AFC Championship game and they would lose.
Well, when they were getting to the playoffs in the early 90s, you know who their quarterback was? It was Steve DeBerg.
Yeah. Well, they had Christian Okoye, though.
Yeah, and they had Okoye.
Right. Well, their defense was the reason they were good. Derek Thomas, Neil Smith.
Oh, Derek Thomas and Neil Smith, yeah.
Yeah. All them. Dexter Carter. Dale Carter.
Dale Carter, yep.
Yeah, Jake Reed's brother, by the way.
Yep, Jake Reed's brother.
Oh,
So Buffalo was good.
Who won that fight? Or is it still going on?
No, it's been off.
Yeah.
Who won?
I think
Paul got the decision.
He got the decision.
Gay.
It was more of a dance than a fight.
Yeah, it wasn't even a fight.
That's lame.
Tyson got him a couple of times, but
yeah,
lame as hell.
Yeah.
Elvis, what are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, Paul by unanimous decision. But yeah, those Buffalo teams in the 90s were good.
Gotta love cats.
And what Buffalo did was Buffalo started the no huddle.
They called the K gun.
They called it the K gun, but they started that not in the Super Bowl, but the week before or 2 weeks before against the Raiders. They put up 51 points in that championship game on the Raiders.
They went there with Mark Levy.
What was it, 51-3?
Yeah, 51-3.
And the Oilers had a 35-0 lead.
Oilers were up 35-3 and lost 41-38?
Yeah, in overtime.
The Frank Wright game?
Yeah, yes. That was the Frank Wright game. That was the Frank Wright game. And they played Miami in the championship, the AFC championship, and dominated them. Just dominated them. And then the next year they beat they beat Montana and the Chiefs.
Is it the Jets or the Dolphins that have the longest drought of playoff?
It's got to be the Jets.
I don't think the Jets have made the playoffs since like 2010.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's the Jets.
When they had Sanchez.
Yeah, when they had Sanchez. Yeah, I think it's the Jets.
It was the Browns, but they made the playoffs a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
2010 was the last time.
Yep. Yeah, so I mean, they the Jets have been kind of like that feudal franchise now. A ton of coaches, ton of first-round picks, and still just can't get it right.
In another 20 years, they'll be able to trade for Jordan Love?
Probably. If Love ain't run out of Green Bay long before then.
I'm glad we're not completing that cycle. I do not want Aaron Rodgers.
He should be ready to go to a retreat here soon. Yeah, Breezy, they did go to back-to-back championship games. I think that was 2009 and 10.
Yeah, 29 and 2010, they went to back-to-back.
Yep.
So the current longest streak is the Jets, 13 years.
Okay.
The second team is going to surprise a lot of people.
Washington?
Broncos.
Not really.
7 years.
Yeah, they haven't gone back since they won the
They haven't gone back since Tebow, isn't it?
No, they won Super Bowl, remember, with Manning.
Oh, they won the Super Bowl with Manning, yeah.
Carolina Panthers has been 6 years.
Okay.
Lions are 6 years. Wait a second. This must be hold on a second. This is from 2023. So take the Lions off the list, but so it's 14 years for the Jets, 8 years for the Broncos, 7 years for the Panthers. So everybody after that, it's only like 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
So yeah. So, like I said, the Jets and the Lions have a lot in common.
Yeah,
they-
except the Jet fan base ain't as annoying as the Lions.
Well, that's true.
We don't have to hear Jets, Jets all the goddamn
No,
time.
but we got to hear that the Lions are the best team ever in history of football.
Oh, decade of running backs and Breezy. That is definitely the 70s.
Are we talking modern day? Because back in the 20s, man, the running backs controlled everything.
No, we're talking modern days. Oh, you know
70s,
what?
well, I don't. I would say 80s.
But the 80s, you still had holdovers from the 70s too. Namely, Peyton and
Dickerson
Riggins.
was
Dickerson was 80,
yeah.
83.
So Dickerson, Sanders, Sims.
Sanders was 89. Sims was 80.
right.
From Jim Brown to Kurt.
Rogers,
Wow.
Earl Campbell was in the late part.
Yeah, definitely the 70s of Breezy.
70s to 80s, probably. I say mid 70s to the mid to the late 80s ish.
All right, y'all. I'm getting sleepy, so I'm gonna log off.
Now we're gonna end it here.
Yeah,
anyway.
we're gonna end this.
We
we're
appreciate
gonna-
everybody. We have 14 people still watching. Appreciate it. It's 1:30 a.m. Central, so it's like almost 3.
Oh
Eastern
Jesus,
time.
134. Holy shit.
So I appreciate it. We will be back. We'll be doing the Sunday live stream, and then of course we'll be back Wednesday. And our last history show was short because it was the Titans. We don't have very much history against them at all.
Yeah.
But this Vikings vintage is going to be long next week because we're playing the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of history to go over. Definitely talk about the first game ever when the Vikings beat the Bears 34-13. First game ever Vikings played against the Bears. So we'll start from there. We will definitely see you guys next week. Any final thoughts?
I'm gonna go Vikings win on Sunday 28-13.
I got 18-9. It's gonna be all field goals.
I said it earlier. It depends on how Darnold plays. If Darnold plays a game like he played the first half of the season, it's going to be like 28-10. If he plays like he did recently, it's going to be more like 17-13 or something like that.
I preferred was a blowout, but I'll take
Yeah.
a win any way we can get.
Yeah. And, hey, an ugly win is better than a beautiful loss any day of the week.
Yeah.
So we would like to thank everybody for joining. It's much appreciated for you guys. Make sure you guys please hit the like, hit the subscribe of all the channels here. We would much appreciate it. So, like again, we would like to thank everybody for joining, and we'll see you guys. We'll
Good
see you
night.
guys Sunday.
Good night,
I'm
guys.
gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning all. And this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you